What's up, boys and girls? I'm sort of listening to a YouTube channel by this guitarist. His name is Sean Daniels.
It's funny, like my soul.
But I can't play that and talk to you, lovely people. Remember, today is the last day, sadly, of our 7 p.m. shows. Tomorrow they kick off at 4. Well, not 4. They kick the shows kick off at. Good Lord, guys, calm down. The show, I gotta take off these notifications. The shows kick. Oh, he's pulling out all his guitars. It's just falling.
Ernie Ball, man. St. Vincent, Music Man. This is like the one. I love this.
Oh,
I love everything about this guitar. I love the shape.
it's so good. All right. Wow. So yeah, tis Friday. Tis Sunday. Tomorrow is a holiday. Cause the great thing about America is if your holiday falls on a Friday, you'll generally get it on a Monday. So you have 4 days off, and if it falls on a Sunday, you get it on a Monday, and if it happens to fall on a Saturday, you still get it on a Monday. One of the small nice things about it, it is what it is. Like all things, you had asshole racists run into his chat. These platforms don't do anything about it. I'm sure they have a fucking pro forma bullshit report, but he was that dude, whoever that was relentless. And when you have a billion people on your platform, your customer service would have to be 100 million people, and they don't have that. Their customer service is an empty, janitor's closet with a fucking phone or whatever, with a message saying your call is very important to us, but no one ever calls and everybody just hangs up. I hope Haps fixes their shit. It wasn't on Haps, but I hope the Haps doesn't allow that when they grow. So yeah, should I cut on some lights? No lights are on. Today is socks. Today is put that over there. Today is July 4th, American Independence Day. A day in which we let's push that back. How did I have this? There you go. A day in which we, American folk, I just had 2 hamburgers. My last one, I had one at 5 or so. Then I had another one maybe 10 minutes ago. So I'm a little right. He was also saying how live streams, big names don't do live streams on YouTube.
But yeah, if you do get a chance to play an Ernie Ball, check it out for the necks. I have the best necks.
So yeah. Anyway, just watching them. I guess we won't watch stream because it's a good stream. And he did right trying to get the bad guy out. But yeah, it made me think about live streaming and the problem my connection is unstable. First of all, we have to move this over here where it's normally, and we'll move this one over here where it seldomly is. We'll put that on full screen. We'll put this on full screen because this is closer to the camera. What are we doing, guys? It is Sunday night, a little after 7. Was not late. Woo! It's the little things. I am out of cigarettes though. So if I roll one of these, I should roll one of these so you guys can see how long it takes me to roll a stupid cigarette. In my young days, I could roll 5 of these. I would say in 10 minutes, right? A minute or so a piece while I talk to people, gather up stuff. So all that is 10 minutes. Now one of these takes me 10 minutes to roll. So if I roll 4, I'm gonna put something on. Well, not 10. Yeah, if I roll 4, I'll put something a half an hour on YouTube and watch it as I go through this. grinding process and stuffing process and rolling process and coning process. I got to tell you, if I'm for doing the work myself, obviously, but I get help, and if I could get help, it would be for this annoying shit. It really fucking annoying. Not for any of the other stuff that I do. Just this. I hope you're all right. How are you? Today is July 4th. It is our 20 minutes of daily guitar practice. We've been going for 16 days. This is the PM session, ending out. Like I said earlier, on the earlier iteration of this same show today. Thanks for tuning in. His stream ended. All right. Peace out. Peace out. Go. All right. So yeah, let's like and subscribe. Well, I'm subscribed, but let's like and then end that. So now we are here. You, me, us, streaming. Also, then like if I do this at 4, I get to stream or watch streams at 7. But I get to essentially have my stream be over by now. And if it's not over, we're still running. That's fine, because then it'll be like 3 hours. We normally do 3 hours. So instead of ending at 10 in the PM here in the East Coast of the great nation of America, woohoo! I can do 3 hours, end at 7, have a reasonable meal, have a reasonable scotch, watch your show or her show or his show or their show around times where people like to share information, right? Excuse me. Versus getting off at like 10, 10:30 and going, all right, what happened since like the evening news? Yeah, so I think it's good. I'm gonna cut on some lights. I have got to tell you, hamburgers on July 4th are awesome, but not when you have work. I should have had a salad or something. But seriously, who's trying to have a salad? All right, let's close this. Internet is good. Yeah, I hope so. I'm plugged in. How is everybody? I hope everybody is good. There's no one in the chat, but that's all right. Let's do that, and let's do this. Good Lord. So as I've been watching a lot of guitar videos, I've run across several that are kind of interesting. One had a guy who was talking about his small hands and playing the guitar. Not small hand, his small pinky. So his hands were regular size, right? But his pinky was like the smallest pinky on a regular size hand I ever saw. And he was a guitar player. And then there was this lady who's about 5 foot, like 4'8" or 5'1" or something. And she was talking about playing the guitar with small hands. Like even for ladies who have small hands, her hands were small for like a young girl. You know what I mean? And she was talking about the struggles and what she does and how that didn't stop her. And the gentleman was saying that essentially the same thing. The struggles, what he does, and how that didn't stop him. And I was like, all right. So I've got are we going to do electric? Let's do electric. I feel like I want to wash my hands. Every time I wash my hands, I got to wash my hands. I just had a hamburger. All right, good Lord. Can you give me, we get to use the clock. Can you give me 7 minutes? No. Can you give me about, let's say a minute, 2 minutes. I'll be back in like 40 seconds to wash my hands. Electrified. All right. So this is what happens after your hands are all wet. They're sort of soft. right? And I think that's sort of been a problem a lot. But I'm always thinking stuff is a problem. Maybe it's not a problem. But at the end of the day, clean hands, right? Ooh, all right. Cha 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 cha. Let's do this with this. Everyone is going to a function, and it's nice. I, you know what? Let's do nonsense talk for 13 minutes. It won't be 13 minutes. So I've been trying to get a hold on understanding the pentatonic scale, right? Um, Major versus minor. I mean, I know minor uh chords and scales are generally for sad music, uh, and major chords and scales are for happy music, upbeat pop music, dance club songs, stuff like this. Um, I know that in theory, but I don't know how to. So he was Sean Daniels was showing good stuff. Stream 42 seconds ago, and as I was watching this, I was realizing, wow, we are doing really good, but we need a lot more days of doing good to be anywhere near uh, where we're gonna jump off. So yeah, I'll keep thinking about what song we're gonna. I think we're gonna keep that around mid-August. We're gonna learn our first song mid-August under the weird plan that I think we have, which is um, consume a lot of chords, know them, try and get our fingering position right on the chords. And then when we step to a song, we'll be doubly fit to do it because we'll know all the chords. We'll just see the sheet music, know where the chords are, and we'll also be adept with adept with adept with dexterity. I can't even talk. We'll have dexterity and precision when we go through it. So I think we won't have three things to worry about. We'll just have one thing to worry about, and that is reading the music and the scales and the chords or the tablature or whatever. Because we'll know the chords, and we'll be pretty good with a metronome and our fingering. As far as I know, I think this is a unique way of learning because we're teaching ourselves. And I think it's unique because I've looked a lot and long and hard online, and I haven't found anybody. They teach you the song almost immediately because they don't want to lose interest. You want you to lose interest, which I get, but we're committed to this. We're not losing interest, so we can sort of skip the yeah he's gonna lose interest, she's gonna lose interest thing, and just focus on the stuff that we know are ground like seminal stuff to learn. And if we learn those before we learn any things, when somebody goes, "Oh, here's a song," we'll be like, "Oh, I know all these chords," right? So now you don't have to go, "What chord is that? And where's my finger on this song?" And we'll know all the chords, and the only thing we have to learn is beats, the measures, the rests. Uh, as we learn the chords, is why we're going to be learning the notes. So we'll also know what the notes on the the ledger looks like. So we're good. Am I gonna have to blow my nose? Man, it's been a day. I could have, man, felt all right. It has been a day. I guess we don't always have massive super energy, but that's fine. Normally, sometimes when we don't, we talk for 10 to 15 minutes, uh, sometimes 20, and then we play badly and lazily as we talk. And then somewhere around the 30-minute to 40-minute mark, all of a sudden we're up and agitated, right? And we're vibing, like we've got like the sleepiness out of our system, I guess somehow. We better are better alert or woken up. Well, normally in the morning when we have coffee, it takes us about 15 minutes. But in the afternoons, we've been running all day, and I was sort of tired. Uh, and we've eaten, and we've got all this heavy meal in us. We may want to, but yeah. So it is what it is, man. These sort of later shifts are going to be earlier, so I'm expecting less of these. Um, so yeah, I gotta say we didn't do anything we were supposed to do this week. We didn't do anything. I tried to shoot a cooking video. Disaster. Disaster. Just a snapshot, right? Hold on. Yeah. It just came out horribly. I'm showing you this because, oh Lord, I got all this like light on the phone. I'm trying to like. Oh, is that a still photo? It is a still photo. All right. Good Lord, I'm bad at this. It's all the yeah. See what I mean? Like I'm doing stuff. I'm showing wrong angles. It's all over the place. And I was just kind of like, at least I tried. Oh my God, it was so bad. It was so bad. Yeah, this is me flipping it. You can't even see me flipping it. What is the point of flipping it if yeah, yeah. I mean my other angles were way better than the oh good luck, a nice shot of the stove. Yeah, it just all came out in a hot mess. How long are these? It's so bad. How long is this one? Let me see if I can. This is the only good thing that came out of this. After this bad cut, look at this bad edit, right? After this, not even an edit. After sort of bad, sort of hot, angled, all sort of all over the place. I did the right thing with the. It's so. This is what happens when I do stuff on the fly, like a little. I mean, in theory, that should be it. All right, and then we hit the next one. Uh, let's go this way. I had my own tiny little yeah. See, so it's the 4th of July. Should have a, and then there was also a crash. And anyway, I guess I don't know. I didn't have a salad with it. I didn't have any side baked beans, potatoes, French fries. Just two honking burgers, fat ass honking burgers too. The environment is so weird. That's a sign that I'm getting old. I don't understand anything anymore. You dang kids, get off my lawn. All right, so what are we doing? Like I said, sometimes we'll play, sometimes we'll talk. I mean, most days we'll play. We'll play today, but man, it's July 4th. How many drinks have you had? I'm just curious. We're not gonna be super crazy. Is my car even locked? Hold on. All right, there you have it. It's I've got to put these back before I look for my keys. All right, so what are we doing today? Today, I was about to light two incense, and I'm like, lighting two incense takes about 40 seconds. Do I even have 40 seconds? No, I don't have 40 seconds. All right, so come on. I got to tell you, watching his live stream, those people doing that really just made me feel sad for the world, right? What do you do, man? Other than be angry. That's the magic of this stupid thing that's always been here. These, you know, they're not brave if they sneak up and then they sneak away, right? And never having been dealt with, now they're emboldened like ISIS. So I can only hope that they either come to a realization or the government just fucking eats their lunch on a regular, making it uh, unenticing to even be like associated with them. But I mean, the history is of blood, murder, and rape, so let's not fucking humor this shit. On July 4th, no less, right? Like, how sad are you that your whole worldview is people that you don't know? What makes me important is that I hate that group who haven't done shit to me. Yeah, I'm uninterested in humoring any of it anymore. Burn your house down with you and your family in it. Fuck your racist bullshit. 300 years of this shit. Especially after what you've seen ISIS pull off, just sneaking around in shadows, murdering people all throughout the Middle East, and you want that here because you once had it and no one cared. Not a, you man, July 4th. No, not no. Fuck you. Sorry, excuse my language, but yeah, that you know, like I always say, black people don't keep racists around. We don't. So it is what it is. But when it all goes left, we're not the people of 200 years ago. I think people are gonna uh, get as good as they give, um, and that's a sad thing. The people in Washington should have fixed it, but they were too busy getting rich and taking money from foreign governments. So we had this conversation this morning. So yes, please come, hang out, chill with us, play the guitar. But what we're not gonna do is, what we're not gonna do is deal in lies and bullshit. You know, be, you know, love your family, be good, be happy, but don't fucking hate anybody. The world is full of hatred. That's not what we're here for. We're here to play guitar. We're here to learn to write our own songs and have our own weird community. And we are in the nascent stages of this. I should look that word up because I was using again this morning using the word occidental wrong for like 25 years. So let's see what nascent means. Nascent, especially of a process or organ just coming into existence and beginning to display signs of future potential. Yes, we're showing signs of future potential. We are just getting our sea legs, so we have to watch who we hang out with because they can, you know, snuff out our light with their nonsense. Um, and we won't have it. I mean, we know they're sinister. We stay clear, and we will play this music. Joe Biden. Oh, you know. I say, well, it's July 4th. You can talk your politics because it's July 4th. You can be for this or against that, and it's all fine because it's July 4th. Um, yeah, yeah. I've decided to do less politics and more guitaring, which is why I started this. But now I think I should do less criticizing of politics and more just playing, right? That's what we want. Because, man, I'll say one thing and I'm in it for a minute. I really am. And we don't want that. We want to play. So let's play. So I am really tuckered, but I'm not tired. I'm just tuckered. And like I said, this is the last 7 p.m. because I've been having these issues at 7 p.m. Um, I enjoy them, but yeah, they always take me time to wind up. If I do it at 4, I'll be wound, and I'll likely run to like 6 or 7 anyway. And like I said, I could put it down, then maybe I could stream of actual dinner instead of that. What I just showed you, that hot mess of a found footage lunch special. Ugh. Ooh, sometimes it just feels like you got a thing in your face, in your nasal cavity. Ugh. You should try this. This actually works sometimes to clear your cavity. All right. All right. So, are we going to stand up and play something, or are we going to watch all these weird people walk their dogs around our front yard? All right. Let's stand up. All right. Let's move this because we're going to be standing up. We know what we have to do. We haven't done any of it since Friday. We have lazed about. Um, let's tilt this camera up. We have lazed about. Not awesome. I apologize for that. Let's swing this out a little bit. Do I want to do that? There you go. Yeah, we can do this. All right, let's throw it out of the way. Perfect. All right, so can you hear me? Yeah, I think let's point that at me. All right, so we're going to stand up, get a little some of my energy back. We're going to do some finger loosening, just kind of shake our arms and our wrists out like we normally do. All right. So yeah, um, I hope everyone had a good 4th of July. There's always sad knuckleheads who, play these freaking games until you drag them into the light, then all of a sudden, they want mercy. And this is where we're at. But it so pisses you off on today of all days. All right. They knew what they were doing. Huh. Ugh. Woo-wee. All right. Let's get it moving. We always pick up the acoustic first. So watching him play, I want to play. But remember, I was telling. Oh, I'm still really tired. Really, if I put this back here, I'm still gonna bump into it. Still really tired, and I know why, and I know I shouldn't be sitting down, even though right now I want to sit down. Um, I know I should practice uh, spiders, but I don't want to practice spiders. Today would be a great day to practice because I'm really not in the mood. And the whole point is that we do it every day. And you will one day not be in the mood and you will have to do it anyway. And it will suck as you do it. But as soon as you're done doing it, you're like, glad I did that. I didn't miss a day, like we said, right? We didn't phone it in. We didn't miss a day. We, excuse me, we can have bad days. Today isn't even a bad day. It's just a tired day, right? And it's a holiday, so we can be a little tired, uh, and a little sleepy, a little, sort of toned down from where we normally are on a holiday because we've been drinking. Have we been drinking? I don't know. Have you guys been drinking? That's good stuff. You know what we need? We need an ice cube. I already feel myself coming awake, so we're gonna get an ice cube. Um, so I think I told you guys this. I love like old westerns. They're always on TV. Um, and they're so full of shit. It's like there's always a bully. There's always a girl who's got all this moxie until halfway through the movie where she's just like in the '50s version. It's not take this pootie. You know what I'm saying? It's the '50s, but it's like, oh Brett or oh Maverick or oh whoever, and then she collapses in his arm and there's this face mushing kiss. No one ever used his tongue. And then there's violins and a sunset or a train going in a tunnel or some wildness. And you just kind of go, oh, I get it. It's like the opposite of rap music with just as much violence. So yeah, I love watching it. It's so goofy. It takes no brain juice for me to like get into it. Um, oh, did you guys hear that some of these? I don't have the story correct, so I won't mention the name. But they're relooking at how they make cop procedurals because they've been making them for 30 years. And like I said, that it's all cop propaganda, infallible cops who would push people up against the wall and beat them up, smack them around, and I was like, you watch the first few years of Law and Order. Christopher Maloney did nothing but that aggressive, hateful, beating people up shit that we're complaining about now. So it's not like people see this stuff on TV and then they go out into the world and they do it. That's why I can't watch like cop shows. I'm not a fan of actors. They are agents of this shit, and then you watch it and you think that's the way the world works. If Hollywood had put better shit on TV for the last 30 years, you wouldn't have rape at work. You wouldn't have all this violent cops and But if America was fucking fair too, I mean, it isn't. But I mean, it is what it is. But it isn't fair. You know what I'm saying? So we're all asked to buy into the lie, and I think the place is suffering for it. That's what, just like my mom used to make when she got out of prison. I used to tell people that in the bar, everyone knew it was a joke, but a handful of people were like, no, it's jokes, baby, it's just jokes. Oh, really? Your mother made this in prison? No. Gullible people, baby. They're the problem. They get taken, and then they want an unfair justice system to make them whole again. And that is really the problem. Like I tell people all the time, let's say I don't know you, right? But let's say you and I are walking down the street. Actually, not you. Let's not make it personal by you. Let's say a guy and another guy walking down the street. One guy happens to be white. One guy happens to be black. Let's say the black guy's an asshole, right? He goes, what does he say? He starts a fight. He bumps into him, and how dare you bump into me? I'm gonna knock you out, right? And the white guy goes, hey man, I want no problem. So then they get into a fight, right? And the black guy beats up the white guy. In that scenario, I think the white guy wants justice to take care of what the problem was, which sounds fair. Same scenario. Let's say the black guy still is the aggressor, right? And he picks this fight, and the white guy beats up the black guy, right? I'm pretty sure the white guy still wants a measure of justice for this, even if it's like, oh, nice, you know, I don't need to go to jail for this. You know, I don't even have. I've wrinkled my shirt and I creased my like uh, pants or whatever, but nothing really happened. But meanwhile, that guy is a smoking hump on the ground, so we can just let it go, right? That guy doesn't want to be for this dragged into court, right? Obviously, even though he's right, I don't even want to be dragged into court for this. I mean, the cop can't. If you can just let it go, take him to the hospital, whatever, right? Let's reverse those two situations. Let's reverse it. Let's say this time, same two guys, the white guy's walking down the street, and the white guy is the problem, right? And the white guy's not like some low educated person, right? It's like that's the average guy. Let's say average guy has a college education or whatever, or maybe no college education, but like a pretty decent gig. Uh, Same thing. I pick a fight, right? No, wait, hold it. Let's the first two was I picked the fight. Okay, so second. So this whole thing happens. You pick the fight. I clean your clock, right? Not me, but whoever cleans your clock. When the cops roll up, that white guy wants to be able to do what the first guy did, was influence the justice system at the scene, right? So even if he started, he doesn't want it to be known that he started it, but he didn't lose the fight. He still wants that guy who beat him up arrested, right? Even as he started it. Same scenario. This is not same scenario, but sort of second part of that same scenario. Let's say white guy walking down. He's the aggressor, right? First time he got beat up. He wants the guy who, even though he started the fight. Second time around, he's the aggressor, and he beats up. Right? He doesn't lose this time. He actually beats up the guy. When the cops roll up, he's still guilty. He still wants to be able to influence justice at the scene, and this is in every scenario. This is, as I've seen it, how it plays out. Whether you're at fault or not, you still want to be able to have some say at the scene. And some people don't have that. So I don't ever think that they're going to fix this justice system, because as soon as, I mean, you don't need it every day, but as soon as you need it, you want to be able to go, I'm a fucking college educated X, or hey, I'm not college, but I got this job. I've been working at it for 20 years and I'm making 70 grand. I'm not going to get another gig like this with no college education. You know, this is what's going on in your head. You're not going to tell people this. So when all of this impacts justice, and justice, as everyone knows, is sort of like a hot mess. So in those four scenarios where the white dude is, no, in those four scenarios, two of which the young white guy is an innocent victim, one of which he gets beat up, one of which he doesn't get beat up, and the other two in which is the black dude is the innocent victim, and one of which he gets beat up, and one of which he doesn't get beat up. How do you think justice plays out when the cop shows up? I can tell you a hot story. You want to hear a hot story about me, real quick? So me, I had this friend named Kate who was a bartender, and it was like I just got off work, and I was like, I'm gonna have one drink. It's like 3:30 in the morning. I just get off work. I roll in. She's there by no, she's not there by. She's there. Like there's no other patrons, but there are four. I'm sorry. Let's get this story right. She's there. There's a couple of people there, but they're leaving. I roll up. I'm like, hey. She's like, yeah, we just about to close. You want a beer? Because I'm a regular. I'm like, yeah. You just got off work. It'd be great to have a beer. So I was sitting there about 3:30. These four guys walk in. And she's like, all right, guys. They might have been there early. They might have been drinking all night. But I forget how to put that. Anyway, she's like, what is clear? She goes, all right, well, we're leaving. We're not leaving, but we're closing. You guys got to finish up. We're taking. She's like, all right, all right. Like 15 minutes later, guys, we got to clear up. We're leaving. Oh, let's have one more. And I'm just sitting here talking to her. Four white guys, right? Me, her, a white woman, and me. Um, so they were like, all right, so another 15 minutes go by, and she's like, wow, these ones won't leave. It's like I got there like 3:30. It's around now about a quarter to 4. She's trying to get rid of them, and she's like, come on, guys, no more beers. You guys have to go. Like, oh, come on, baby, you blah 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 blah. And they said something about me like, you just want to hang out with your man or something like that, like your homie or some shit like that, right? I was like, all right, and I had one beer, mind you. I just got off work. I had one beer. They were toasted. I was like, man, give the lady a break. She's working here by herself. She wants to leave. I'm very diplomatic. And one guy goes, oh yeah, we should leave. You heard what the nigger said. And I was like, all right, that's it. I was like, really? You want to have this conversation outside? Not brave, but they were lit. They were fucked up. Actually, there were 4 of them. One of them was not a worry to me. 2 of them were drunk, and one of them seemed, the most sober one, couldn't take me with rocks in his pockets and a fucking handgun. So we get to the door, right? So I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, I walk up on them because I'm at the end of the bar and they're at the another end of the bar, which is close to the front door. I'm like, all right. And as I walk up, I say, call the police. One guy there, what are you going to do? I grab him by the collar and I just shove him out the front door backwards because he's drunk. And as soon as I push him out into an empty street, the other dudes follow me out. So I was like, you want to call? No, nobody wants any trouble. One guy was like holding my hands. He grabbed my sleeves and like, oh, but we're all your friends here. And I was like trying to get my hand. And his friend was trying to jockey, like to take a swing at me. And as he had my sleeves, I kind of whipped my hand around his shoulder and like was moving him and I pushed him off and I just hit the first like guy who was totally toasted, knocked him clean out. Always hit the biggest guy first, and he was the most drunk. Clean out. The guy who was holding me, trying to be like, oh, hey, I'm your buddy, but trying to set me up, I hit him second. Put him down. The dude who was like the least drunk was like, whoa, I don't know what's going on here. I want no part of it. It was me, and all I heard in the distance was, woo, 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 woo. Cops show up. You know what happened? They were 4 drunk firemen. The lieutenant who showed up to handle it blamed me. I was stone sober, straight off my job, and I told him, call my command, call my precinct essentially. See how drunk I could possibly have been. There's a camera in the bar. What are you fucking talking about? What he was trying to do is set me up to save them. That white police lieutenant in my police department, and he was trying to serve me up so these 4 guys could get a break, to get away. Because they were fully racist, and I had a witness, and I had video. And he threatened me, essentially. What could I do? I mean, it's quite a story. It is quite a story. I'm pretty sure I did enough damage to one of them that they had to retire him. Because when I say I caught him flush, I caught him flush. Like, he's the one I wanted to hit the most, just because he was such a snake. He was like holding me like while his friend was trying to like get around him and take this shot at me. And I just like, as I was trying to get out of his grip because he had me good, and then I did this whole Wing Chun bullshit move of flip your hand, and then I hit the first guy, and then I just powered, like I stepped into both of them. One with my weak hand, but the guy who had me, I hit him with my strong hand, and that was it. And I felt good about it. You know why? Because I was protecting a woman that I knew, and you called me a nigger, and you got slept. What we used to call it, getting slept means getting knocked out. In the middle of the fucking street, under street lights, right in that little, like, the little box that you're not supposed to block when you, yeah, it was like, I wouldn't say it was one of my finest moments. But yeah, this is the thing. I've had fights with multiple guys before. Not 4 guys. And I did well, got my ass kicked, but I did well. It was just me and like 2 other guys. But this is not that. This is not me being 19, 20, 25, knocking it out, hoping nobody's got a gun. This is me, a fucking working policeman, right? Talking about like, man, and he showed up like, yo, you're obviously going to jail. And I was like, I'm a cop. Calm down. This is what happened, and I have a witness, and there are cameras and shit in the bar. He didn't want to hear any of that. The New York City Police Department have a giant race issue. So does the New York City Fire Department. But it is what it is, right? And this is why I'm like, why risk shit for anybody? Right? A friend of mine told me she could have easily changed her mind. They could have got, just like he tried to threaten you, they could have threatened her. And then all of a sudden, and then the video, it disappears and all this stuff. And I was like, man, ruining my moment. It is what it is. crying. Oh. So yeah, don't fight. Fighting is, I mean, fighting only looks good on TV. But let me tell you, almost broke my knuckle on a dude's face. Had had my fucking teeth misaligned in a fight. Had to do this and push it back into place. You know, people love these fighting stories. You wake up sore. You work muscle you didn't have to. Shoving people around in weird. I mean, mind you, I don't do drunken fights. I've seen too many bar fights and drunken fights. I'll drink, but I'm always sober enough to deal. Whether that's sober enough to kick your ass or sober enough to run away, I'm always sober enough. And some people just come in looking for a fight, looking for people they think are weak. Some people are just bullies. And you get people into this thing, like these four firemen. I mean, I'm telling you, one guy was so fucking wrecked. He was so wrecked. The other two were drunk, but the dude who was jockeying me to get that cheap shot was so wrecked. And when I hit him, and I say I hit him flush, telling cop like I'm serious. Like I was here. Let's say I'm here. Let's yeah. And he was behind. So one guy who was holding me was like 3 feet from me, and the guy who was like maneuvering behind him was maybe a foot behind him, right? And I just was blocking this guy until I got my hands free, and 2 hits ended it. I never got hit once, and I just like everything I had was all on his face, and that was it. I'm sure he woke up in the hospital like what, and then they had to come up with stupid tales about how they got robbed. Because I'm telling you, when I tell you I hit him with everything, I'm pretty sure I can tell you this now because it's 7 years later. Um, not 7 years later, like 20 years later. I'm pretty sure I did enough damage to him to end whatever he was doing for a living. Because I hit him flush in the face with everything, and he was only about a foot from me, right? So it wasn't. It was all my arm, and this whole thing, and he wasn't ready for it. He was totally drunk. And then one guy had to take care of him. One guy was knocked the fuck out, and the last guy was like, "Whoa!" And if I hadn't told her to call the cops, I'd have had no problems. But I had to tell her to call the cops just in case, because there was 4 of them, and I was looking to arrest all 4 of them. And then I found out that they were firemen after the lieutenant showed up. You know, it's not right. We still have this. That we end people trying to be noble and righteous in the society because they'll run across some asshat. And I'll bet you those guys want to be fucking giddy New York City racists. We're probably just as sexist on that job, just as assholish around them, just could not wait to say some mean shit to people. Just like that lieutenant. You can't fix it. You can't fix them. You can't fix this. So you got to start from scratch. And I don't know how to start from scratch. So actually, I do know how to start from scratch. Spiders. Let's do them. We're giving up the stress. We're giving up the stress. And we're doing spiders. Why are we doing spiders? Because spiders are cheaper than therapy. And after a few years, see what I mean? Like if you watched earlier this morning, I was telling you how it's weird that I like to sit down and hold it one way. And when I stand up, I can't play it like this because I'm so used to this. This is what I'm talking about. This feels comfortable with me standing up, but I'm trying to do less leaning over it. And even as I tell you that, I'm not leaning as dramatically as I was, but I am still leaning. Ugh, and I can sort of feel it like right here, like right. It's just this weird kind of like opposite place of where I'm sort of leaning. So I gotta watch more acoustic people, or sound super extra straight up. Ugh. my strumming. Here's another thing about that story. Me and Kate aren't friends anymore. I mean, not that we had a like. She was my bartender, and I really liked her. She was an awesome lady. But she got a better gig. Like I want to say, a month later. And I think it was that fight. I think she was like, why am I even fucking being a bartender in this? And one of her friends was like, I can get you PA work. And so she went into like film business. I hope she became like a producer or something. That'd be great. But that was the last time I saw her. We were only friends because we hung out. She worked there, and I drank in that environment. And, but I risked a lot for her that night. We should have been friends. Not trying to bang her. Don't get it wrong. But this is what happens when you do right by people, and this is why people don't do right by people. Right? If I did right by you, and you go, oh, thank you, and then I never see you again, it's like, well, I do right by anybody. Some people do right, and it costs them a lot. And the people that did it right before I go, oh well, I wish you luck with that. One way, everybody's one way, and that's the society you have now. This weird one-way society. I'm out here ranting about America. America, mind you, and this is another thing. I stopped doing this at 7 and do it at 4 to 6. It's I can redo my political podcast, and then I can take callers and we can argue about this shit. Plus, look at me. I intend to. Ow. I intend to at least get like some of my mobility and movement back. And tomorrow I'm just gonna take that balloon and that trash bag out because it's still friggin' there. I spoke to that this morning too. It is what it is, man. It's a lot of people are raised to be shifty fuckers, right? And then America has an apparatus that rewards shifty fuckery, and it's that simple. And I think a lot of white guys have nothing, and they meet people in the apparatus who tell them, "Oh, we're cool, and our problem is all these people. Hey, you're one of us," and then they feel connection. Okay, fine. You know, it's ISIS, right? This is how you recruit. That ISIS is doing the same thing in Afghanistan now. Uh, so yeah, it is what it is. With America, have in mind, we go to Andromeda, but not like this. There won't be Andromeda on the star. I mean, racism on the starship. Why would I go? Right. So America has to fix its shit. It's 245 years old. It's about time to grow the fuck up. For our nation, I'm thinking 245 years old has to be like 20, 21, 18, 19, 20, right? At this point, we need you to fucking get a little serious about what's going on here. So, okay, here's the thing. Yeah, I must restart my podcast. Here's the thing. So Monday, like, there was a building collapse in Miami. All know this. First, I was like, wow, what? So Monday, they said, oh, this is a rescue operation. We are in this for long. We're going to get all these. We're going to find because people can stay for 17 days and blah, 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 blah. They said that like Monday, Tuesday. They might have said it as late as Wednesday. Yesterday, they said, hurricane's coming through. We're just going to demolish the building. What happened to your rescue operation? What happened to the live that you said was there just 2 days ago? You'll say fucking anything. That is the shit. So now you have a hurricane coming, and instead of, man, we need all these tarps to make sure people don't drown in there because we believe that they're still there 17 days. It's like, yeah, we're going to tear the whole fucking thing down because the winds are and this is America. Just full of fucking bullshit. And it's the people who rig the system only want these type of people, these grinning, and from all walks. Like they want black ones, they want Spanish ones, they want Cuban ones, they want Puerto Rican ones, they want subcategories of everything. As nothing ever gets done for all of us in mass, right? You're supposed to hate me because I'm black. I'm supposed to hate you because you're whatever you are. And if you're black, I hate you for the subcategories of reason that you are, and they always get to be the referees. I tell you, man, you should like American history. It's quite a thing. I mean, you can watch it and see where it goes wrong. And here's the thing: you don't even have to read it. There's so many good documentaries on this shit that aren't bullshit. Because if it was bullshit, people would call it out. That is, you know, what did there was not Spanish. There was a what are they? The conservative group who made a movie where Jesus was riding dinosaurs. It was like a documentary. And people were like, no, was not a documentary. We're not funding this shit. What is wrong with you? Oh no, the Lord rode a dinosaur and he said no. That's not, and that's what it is, right? So all the information are generally people are going to watch who have nothing to do with the production of it and go, this was good. All the information was good. I totally liked it. This was a good documentary. Some may go, I have a problem with this issue, but it's essentially a good documentary. You know, this is where we are. You can learn this stuff just by watching good commentary and documentaries, and then watch some opposing views of the same, not the same topic, but opposing views. And no one does that. People just come in with their talking points wherever they got them, whether it's church or conservative or liberal outlets. It's just, dude, don't come at me with talking points because I've heard them. Like I absorb information like sponges absorb water, right? Like I don't know what absorbs what. So it's not that hard. Like I said on this podcast, this music podcast, even though we're talking politics now, maybe I'll call this guitar and the guitar and what? Well, it is already called daily guitar practice, or 20 minutes or so of guitar practice. All right, maybe I'll call it 20 minutes or so of guitar practice and politics. I don't know. All I know is in a year we're gonna be balling out of control, right? And sooner than a year. Like what did we say? Mid-August? Mid-August, right? That gives us a month and I want to say 2 weeks. June. We're in early July, early August. August 4th will be a month. So mid-August, we're gonna say 30 days, right, in a month. So we're saying like the 15th. So August 15th, I gotta get better at this metronome shit. We gotta learn at least another fucking 10 chords, 15 chords easy, which is fine. This last week we learned 8. So the chords aren't my problem. But what we did not do, we're back on guitar, by the way, what we did not do is incorporate all the notes to the frets when we play these chords. So when we start learning music in 6 weeks, probably sooner than that, and knowing all these chords, we'll also know all these notes. So when the music says this, that, or the other, I don't know any other terminology. That's why I say this, that, the other. It could have been B sus7 or whatever. Something on the 7th fret, 7E. I think I'm trying to figure out the what do they call them? The not dictation. But yeah, so anyway, we're gonna know all this. I mean, we're running at this in a fun and goofy way, but the hard stuff will come when we start learning. I think will be when we start trying to learn music, learn writing songs, and learn uh. I don't think chord progression is going to be hard, quite frankly, because once we know all these popular chords that we're talking about, like 20 or so chords, these are the popular chords of music. We're not learning obscure shit. So once you know them, when you hear it on the radio, it'll remind you of it, right? So you'll know chord progression by just learning the chords that we play. And then when we pick up the song, we go, oh, we know this chord array. Oh, we know, oh, he's using da 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 chords. Oh, I see how his chord progression works. But meanwhile, we're also going to study online. Cause I'm telling you, man, we can learn all of this online, and we are going to learn all of this online. Um, Happy Fourth, God, I told you cop war stories. You need to hear that. Happy Fourth. That's one of the stories I keep to myself just because, well, I kept to myself for a long time. I didn't want it to come back to haunt me. Now I'm just kind of like, fuck you. And I think about it, like I have a witness. I have to find her in the world, but it's not like I hit someone they died because that lieutenant would have been back at me We were here yesterday. Where was that guy who had that fight? Right, he just came back. But it was just like they took a beating from a random stranger that they called the nigger in a bar. Here's a clue, kid. Don't get so wasted that you say stupid shit and it costs you something. You know, it's better to say that shit driving away. I hate these fucking niggers, these fucking spics, these fucking Jews, these fucking whatever. As long as you're leaving, we used to say it walking, right? Say it. Look, if I'm standing here and you're like, "Fuck you, motherfucker," I kick your ass. As long as you're walking away from me, I don't care. I don't care. You can be right here, and I'm like, "You piece of shit, you fucking faggot, fuck you, I'll kill you." Who? But as long as you're leaving, you don't need to go, "What you say?" and then follow him, because when it all goes down, they're gonna say he was leaving and you followed him, and then you know what I'm saying. So you gotta know you can protect yourself absolutely, but some people are just goofy. They got no life. They're looking for anybody to dance with. Don't dance with them, especially if you got shit to lose. You know, you got a good job, you got a nice wife, a nice house, great kids. Why are you fucking with this guy? And if he really insists on fucking with you, let him come to you before you open up on him. And that's never what happens. All you see are bullies on TV, right? They're just bullies, arrogant, racist, fucking bullies. That's it. Nobody's got time for you anymore, especially after this January 6th shit. You know, we hated you forever, but now you chase the people who are protecting you. Now they're going to eat your lunch. Trust me. So I am going to sit here, work my whiskey, lose this weight. Yeah. Get oh get a guitar. I should name these things, right? Um, sort of try and build an audience online of other people who want to play guitar. Smoke a little, sip a little, fuck a lot. You know how it goes. And I say all that as a person who believes in the Lord, because I believe that the Lord would rather you have sex a lot than fight a lot. I really do. And anybody who tells you the Lord don't want you doing anything but giving them money and sitting quietly by waiting to meet him in glory is an idiot. This is why I don't go to church, because everybody's full of shit. Very simple. Does God love you? Yeah. But there are demons among us. Just because some of them demons slide into churches don't mean that you should trust, churches. You should remove your trust from them. Right? That's it. And then you should do something yourself. Like learn the guitar. But don't start a church. There's too many con people. So, in conclusion, we excuse me. It's white a day, man. Ooh, let's cut on some more lights. That's a little too bright. Let's do this. Yep. And one more. All right, that's good. So, whew. And we'll cut this one on too. Do I need both of these or one of these? I probably need one. Yeah. All right. There you go. We all have stories, man. We've all been, excuse me, we've all been the hero at one point in our life, right? But we've also all been, always, we've also all been the villain. Now, mind you, you may have played the villain in a small and mediocre thing, right? Not so bad, not like, but it's something you don't want to tell anybody. It's not anything you're going to jail for. Maybe you stole candy or you ran and got away with it. Like I used to do graffiti as a kid, right? I was a villain, painting on people's shit. I got chased by the cops more than once. Um, so we were the villain, but it was mediocre bullshit, nonsensory. That it was hip hop, and it was what we were doing then. I used to be a break dancer, right? They would break dance in the subways, get arrested. Cops go, "What do you mean you're not a gang? We're break dancers. Let's see you break dance." And they would break dance in the precinct. The cops would let them go. Okay, I guess they were kids, right? Fair-minded captains. Oh, they were just kids fucking breakdancing. Okay, this is what is it? Trespassing, but you got 30 kids here just dancing. Nobody's going to jail for this. Other people would make it a good, so there's all this kind of energy in there. And you as a citizen should look at this and go, wait, who is that police captain? Oh wait, who's that DA? Oh wait, who is that ex, yeah, no, we don't want him back. Or, oh man, that guy handled that really well. Maybe we want him for mayor. And no one cares. It's always, I'm running and they suck. You got to support me because I'm one of you. And no one ever goes, whoa, 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 whoa. Before you tell us you're one of us, what have you honestly done? And don't war with our fellow Americans. What's the word I'm looking for? What solutions do you have for this, right? People keep treating America like it's Europe, where you're supposed. It's all right for you to hate the New Yorkers, the Texans they hate the New Yorkers, and the New Yorkers they hate the Mississippians, and the fucking Mississippians they hate the Californians, and the California and Oregons are all crazy about each other, and they're right next door to each other. And then there's Montana, where no one goes to, right? And they can hate you for what? 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 You know how big and beautiful and fucking fantastic this country is? The fucking problem is the people, and the people are gonna lose the country. Wow. All right. Shame on you. What is look? What do you promise the children of tomorrow? What do you promise them? What do you promise them? Conflict, because that's what it looks like you're promising them. 4th of July, man. My history, my family's history goes back here to the beginning. You should be proud of that. I'm sorry. If your family's history goes back to the beginning, you should be proud of that. If you just started your great American story by coming here in the 1920s or the 1950s or the 1980s, you should be proud of that. But you should not feed on your fellow American acting like it's going to work out. Because when that shit comes to pass and those secret tapes, there's always on paper because you always follow the money, come to be exposed, like all these sex stories, with Epstein, all of a sudden they're exposed by all these famous people. Oh, no, no, no. I just went there and I took a shower with my underwear on. What? What? What is this, high school gym? Your explanation isn't even good. So, look, man, it will be when I say our children, I mean young black children, young white children, young Spanish children, young Asian children dying in the next nonsense if you are not serious. If you think, oh, no, I'm going to go to college, other fucking poor people can fight it. When this whole thing turns left on you, they're going to be at your door and asking you questions, right? The people that you thought would be beneath you. I tell people all the time, a lot of these young military people go in because they got nothing else to do. Stop acting like they show up because they always want to be soldiers, right? Sometimes, like, I don't want to rob people and I don't want to be a cop. That list is for, I can have a job next week if I sign up in the military and they will teach me X, Y, and Z. And my recruiter guy told me I could be a optometrist or a tech, and then you find out that you can't be a pilot or this because your eyes are bad, can't be a lawyer because your grades are bad, can't be, and all you're doing is slicing potatoes, but you signed up for 6 years, right? Thank you for your service. I get it. I didn't sign up, right? Uh, but the idea that you're more worthy because you signed up is bullshit. And if that's the case, tell people that. So when I'm 18, I go, I'm going to be more worthy. Maybe my vote is worth twice. If we're all, man, America has sold us such a bill of goods. It's such, we really need clarity. And I think America has been lucky, but maybe we'll be lucky again. Somebody will come through and save us, right? George Washington saved us. Um, Abraham Lincoln obviously saved us after, but other people have come through and sort of like stemmed the problem, like uh, Delano Roosevelt, right? We were about to be bankrupt, and he had to fucking take a, excuse me, get a grip on like the financials, and people couldn't eat. Edit 6:30 a.m. alarm. Independence Day observed found in Hollywood calendar. Edit my 6:30 a.m. alarm. I don't need to edit my alarm. So I updated for, oh, good Lord, why am I telling you this? This is all that information you don't need. All right, so is this thing even still charging? No, it's not. There you go. Good. Sweet Jeebus. I gotta tell you, this magnetic charger for this phone makes me want to do more throwing it out the window than actually anything else. Because it doesn't charge unless it's perfectly positioned. So yeah, what was all this rambling going? God, we have been talking for an hour, and we have We have yet to make like one guitar stroke. We're talking about American stuff. So look, listen. What is the point of this? The point of this is don't be a snake, right? Yeah. Just don't be a snake. Nobody likes one. I'm pretty sure nobody likes one in India or Egypt or Russia or China or North. Right? Just don't be a snake. Don't be a snake. Um, we all know what the bad behavior is, and we tolerate it from some people because they have cash. People are losing their mind about Bill Cosby. I told you my Bill Cosby story, not story. My Bill Cosby philosophy. And I don't think I'm wrong, and I've had more than a few women agree with me on it. So, yeah, I think America always wants to hold somebody up for you to hate. It's the new hanging tree. Um, but some people don't get that. Like, what's that TV actor who they had to pay $10 million to an actress because he sexually harassed her and she left the show and then went to sort of quell all this information. And then it turned out after Me Too, it came out anyway. And he's still there. So now they don't do press for it. They don't run commercials for him, which is odd. But it's been on TV for 50 years. Not 50 years. About 10 years. Right? And the guy's still an actor, still on it. And I'm pretty sure there's no press for it. Because I'm pretty sure in the early days, they'd have been like, okay, so what's up with these paying her $10 million to leave because you couldn't stop talking about how tight and nice her hoo-ha must be and all this other wild shit. And why do you still have a job? And how did Me Too blow that one? That dude was a ground ball. That's like me with my goods out, yeah, taking a picture like in the office on your desk. And then when it finds out that if that picture came out and I should easily be fired, but apparently I get promoted and now they just remove me from like you guys talking to me and asking me questions about it, but I still got the same gig. I'm still making, they probably didn't give him a raise, but he probably knows no one's going to hire me after this. So I might as well stay on this making exactly the same, which is probably what Hollywood, how much you make an episode on TV? 80,000, 100,000 an episode or something stupid like that. So yeah, I'll just not get a raise and make $100,000 an episode for 26 episodes, which is $2.6 million a year. And then after this run, no one will hire me, and I just retire to my giant farm. They always win. They always win. And back to something I said earlier, they always win because the fucking lawyers in America are just corrupt as fuck. Really are. The idea that you could have someone sign a non-disclosure agreement about their rape, give them money, and not report it to anybody is one of the vilest things. It's equally as vile as all the slavery shit because it implies that a couple of dudes in a back room can fix this thing, give you money, and mind you, some women got like $50,000 for their rapes, and other women got like $3 million. So it's a giant sliding ladder. I would love someone to fucking interview any of these people who put this shit together. It's so sinister. It really is so sinister. But people are just kind of like they don't hear it because they're always being sold this famous celebrity getting married to this famous. Oh, so and so's wearing the newest lady. Everything on my TV is an advertisement for somebody. So all this not to be too, but all this Black Lives Matter stuff recently, people showing up talking about Black Lives Matter and immediately hawking a book. People showing up talking about Black Lives Matter and then immediately telling you about their Netflix special about it. Then it's just kind of like no. And I see like the Me Too ladies are selling books and buying houses. It's the con. Like they get in bed with the media to but I think there are real trauma worn victims out there, and they went to like Linda Tripp. Remember Linda Tripp? She's dead, but like this young woman, Monica Lewinsky, went to this woman she felt she could talk to. She's got right. So she looked at her like she's a mentor. She's in this arena. She's a journalist where I want to be. Oh my God, this weird thing happened. You're the only person I can talk to in this environment. And so you thought, and she taped you and she cut your throat and she hands you over to your enemies. You know what I mean? This is where we are. What did it get you? What did it get you? other than being known as a piece of shit snake. And nothing ever happens to them. This is the problem. Nothing ever happens to them. If bad shit happened to bad people in America, there'd be less bad people. All the bad people get promoted. In conclusion, I might change the title of this to a podcast, guitar podcast, political podcast. Wow. So you see how this went? At 7, I was exhausted. I could not even stand up. And now, excuse me, I'm up and I'm ready. And now I'm telling war stories and talking smoke. I really do think if we don't get our shit together, we will end up like Afghanistan, and there will be fucking open murders. I know it'll once it starts, it's going to be hard to stop it. It's a new environment. I really do think the people in Washington, they sort of need to fix it, and I don't understand why I don't understand why they're not. All right, so we are going. Stop it. Stop it. All right, we're gonna do. We're gonna do. Is this thing even tuned? Where's the tuner? You have to check this thing every day for tuning. We'll check them on both. Excuse me. That's nice. All right. All right. Here you go. Woo. All right. Now we know that we have to work on our scales and we have to work on our metronome. All right, here we go. Let's see if this thing is in tune. It's amazing. How is it always out of tune? What is up with that G? What is going on? This B. I may have to change this B string. It's going from here flat to way over here. What's up, chicken nugget? Oh, nice. Went to Magic Mountain, huh? It's been a while since I've been. And now we gotta lower this a lot. That's too sharp. What is going on? That B, I need to get new strings. That's E. This B is being a B. All right. While I'm here, I might as well do this one. You know, when I started learning this, I was like, oh, wow. How often should I tune my guitar? Like once a week? You know, what's the drama? Every day. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Why every day? I could not find a reason why I needed to do this every day. It's got to be the humidity, maybe? It's slightly off. Ugh. Wow. Yeah, I just put strings on this. I don't know why. It's wonky. And that one needs to be done every day. This G is so fucking flat. That's the D. Why is this E going flipping the A? What is going on with the tuning? All right. Right? Okay. Okay. This E keeps hitting as a C. In an E flat, which is amazing to me. I'd rather have it flat. All right, so what are we doing here? We are, Lord, I guess we're gonna cut the tuning off, making me jump out a window. We're gonna cut the metronome on and do spiders. We've been doing spiders all week. Should we do something else? This pick is so. This pick is beginning to suffer. We could do some pentatonic. Do you want to do that? But I would be doing it, and I haven't come up with a system to teach you. So let's get close to the cam. Let's drop this down a little bit. And run through the first position. Let's see if we remember the first position. Third fret, right? Da 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 da. Third fret. Oops. Third fret is well, you know this, right? This is rudimentary guitar shit. The dots correspond to frets. Let's cut this off for a second. Let's not spill my libations. I dare say. All right, so these little spots, right? The double spot down here, you can easily look at and see that that's 12, right? Because that's on the 12th fret. Oh, I'm flipping it the wrong way. Right, so 2, up. There you go. Down 1. One more. Perfect. So this corresponds to that. See that? So 2. So we know this. And there's 1 here. So this is the 9th fret. This is the 7th fret. This is the 5th. This is the 3rd, right? So there's 1 at 3, the 3rd fret, the 5th fret, the 7th fret, the 9th fret. Then there's the 2 spaces, 9, right? Then there's 2 spaces, 1, 2, right? 9, 10, 11. 12th fret has 2, where the whole fretboard starts all over again. No, not there. All here. Sorry. This open E that we ring out. Let's do it 1 ring out. We all know this. We're newbie start, but this is the stuff we all know, right? Let's cut this back on. Let's reset this so you don't bother me, right? So 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret, 2 spaces, right? 12th fret, 2 spaces again. Good Lord, man. See, the string gets stuck on one of these metal and it pits me. Then I got to scoop it out with the 12, right? 13, 14, 15th fret, right? So it goes 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then it goes back to onesies. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Right? This one way down here, the last one is the 21st fret. Some have more frets. This has 17. This has 21. But it's 3, 5, 7, 9, 12. Right? 9, 2 spaces, 12, 2 spaces, 15, then 1 space, 17, one space, 19, one, right? So we know this. First position is, I really should have written this down, but come on, man, it's July 4th and I was drinking. It's not my fault. Let's see. You know what? Since a lot of this won't be clean tomorrow, I promise that I will write down the first. Well, there's only 5. I was going to write down the first 2. But I was supposed to make a giant guitar. If I make a giant guitar, I would have to make. I wonder if I can get some acetate kind of clear thing just to lay over the. That's what I'm going to do. All right, that's what we're going to do. Tomorrow's a work day. Excuse me, tomorrow's a work day. So yeah, so I wish I could show you this. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and show it to you. We'll cut that out for a second with my phone. We are semi-geniuses. All right, so we do this. I can't do this standing up because. All right. I know. I'm sorry. Our show is unique to us, right? It's unique to us. We're not everybody else's stuff. If you know what, if you put this show on Netflix, 1 million people will watch it, and then with that money, we could buy 1 million guitars. I wish I had a way to show you this right now. I have to better organize my flow. I think we all know that, but at the end of the day, that's genius. Yeah. All right. So this is what I'm gonna try and recreate for you. Mind you, this is on my phone. I should have it. I should make this my timer, and that my see and say show you. But what I can do is just bring. I have a TV I'm not using. Put it on the table back there and share it essentially. All right. So these are the pentatonic 5 positions. Let's move them slightly over. Good luck. My left is my right, and my right is my left. Right. So this is pretty good, right? We're gonna do that. I should make this my screensaver. So we're gonna do some of that. At the 6:30 a.m. session. Yeah, okay, fine. You want to do that right now? Let's do that right now. Change. Why would you keep asking me to edit this? All right, so I'll calm down. Woo. You know my colors. I was telling someone my color used to. It used to be. It used to be green. I used to be a big fan of green, jade green, precisely money green, and I had a green fetish for about 7 years. Then I slipped into like this weird like eggshell soft blue, and I had a lot of blue clothes for like I want to say 4 years, maybe 3 or 4 years. Then I moved to orange. Got rid of all that stuff, moved to orange. Orange book bags, orange backpacks, orange every place. Used a lot of orange in my paintings. Orange, old green, right? This is an unfinished one. Um, uh, Orange, like yeah, the old soft blue. This is an old one. Um, the yeah. Orange now, but I think I'm moving into yellow. I've noticed that I've been buying a lot more yellow shit, like bright sunshine yellow, like not school bus yellow, not safety yellow, but like here comes the sun, dootin' yellow, like the kind of yellow that if you open up a kid's book, it would be most likely to have that color as a sun. Yellow, yeah. Well, I'm showing you pictures now. Yeah, fucking yellow. Yellow. Another unfinished. Right? Yellow. This is a little darker than I like it because I was kind of blending 2 colors of yellow here. old orange, but yeah, yellow, bright ass fucking yellow, 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 like good news yellow, like yellow, like right, like yellow, like this yellow, like here comes the sun, bright ass fucking yellow that lets the world know that a good day. Like when I bought this guitar, I bought this sun for this. Like I looked at this like bright yellow sun on the strap, and I was like, yeah, I can get behind that. I can completely get behind that. Um, so yeah, be weird, man. Be unique. Be interesting. Be like everybody wears black. And mind you, I'm telling you this as a fucking ex. Well, you're never really an ex New Yorker, but I'm telling you this. Like black, yeah, black has its moments. But come on, everybody in the black community dresses the same and looks the same, and I'm not for that. Right? I'm out here in peasant pants. I went to the supermarket today in these and my kids, and I'm like, man, how comfortable am I? And I looked around and everybody had the same baseball cap but different color. Same shoes, one of like 5 types, different colors. Same pants, all saggy blue jeans. Some people had shorts. A few people had khakis, but generally those 3 types of pants. And I was just kind of, and everybody had a patriotic like version of something that they were wearing, which is fine. But those who didn't, I'm like, look, man, I got patriotic colors, and I also got like bright red freaking Taiwanese pants on. Come on, tell me what. But I find that people fear the unknown. It's a very common thing, right? You must be a witch if you wear different pants or wear a different hat. I've always been like this. When everybody was wearing Nike caps back in the days, like when fitteds first came in, everybody was getting these fitted and Yankee caps. Fitteds are out now, right? Everybody gets snapbacks now. I was wearing Bucky caps. I was wearing these. Man, these were awesome because you could just fucking. I used to have bells in my sneakers. My father was like, "What is wrong with you?" Little Tinker Bells, because I didn't care. Like I was urban, but I was also not urban. I was like, I'm unique enough. I'm gonna go grab a ice cube. Uh, good lord, how long have we been talking? An hour and a half. You know what? Happy 4th of July. We're doing all right. Are you still there, Chicken Nugget? I hope you had a good holiday, man. So I think what I'm going to do is buy yet another table, and stick a old TV there, and that way I can throw images up as needed, so you guys can sort of see. But I don't know, man. I'm trying to sort of have a show without a lot of tech knowledge and a lot of bullshit. I gotta wash that car. Um, yeah. So if I start the show at 4, I could be done, or I can still be hot right now and go, hey, we're gonna end up the guitar stuff, and we're gonna kick it over to my OnlyFans channel. And you can watch me shake it up royally. I'm kidding. I don't have an OnlyFans channel. I'm kidding that I don't have an OnlyFans channel. Or am I just kidding that I don't have an OnlyFans channel? You know, we've demonized all this stuff, right? Like for instance, sex has been demonized, and it's a primal like prerogative, but that's how they get you, right? The normal stuff, like they're gonna demonize eating because we all have to do it. Uh, yeah, watch it. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Sex has been demonized. Meanwhile, everybody's half naked, trying to entice you to go, "Ooh, wow, even if you don't say anything to them, if you do, it's your ass. So what's the point here? We have to figure out who the serious people are and who aren't. The Me Too movement isn't just guys doing all this nonsense at work. Women play a hand in some of this bullshit. Not all of women are playing fairly. So like this is where the Me Too movement lost steam because a lot of the women who were supporting it also have sons who got accused of shit and da da da, and they were like, yeah, well, yeah, we and they were once women, so they knew some women like this. So to tell these women it's only all the men and come, a lot of them are fair minded women. They're like, I'm not setting up some law so you can cut my son's head off in the future, right? As well as, what are you going to do about some of these unprofessional young ladies in the workplace? It's not always on the men. You better watch this Me Too movement. They're trying to get their own sort of like clan situation happening where they just ride into town and, deal darkly with whoever they don't like. You want the bad guys. You just don't want to be able to use it as this political thing for people to like get elected on. You want real bad people out of their space around these women, right? Like this Weinstein guy and this Matt Lauer guy. You want all that honest and clear. You want people to be paid their worth and given credit for the hard work that they do at work. You don't want somebody just slaving in obscurity while someone else slides in bed with the boss and then gets promoted. You don't want any of that, right? And then the one who did slide to bed and didn't get promoted sues everybody for Me Too. But meanwhile, you didn't do either of those, and you're still in the steno pool with like this advanced degree and trying to like make it work in this fucking environment. The environment should be fair. Who knows? In an actual fair environment, maybe you'd run the place, or in an actual fair environment, maybe you'd suck, and they'd get rid of you, and you'd go find something that you were good at. That's what I'm saying, right? You can't just keep demonizing the boys, the men, the boys. You can't. You really can't. And you want it safe for my nieces who are going in the workforce, right? Just graduating college. You want it safe for them. You want it safe for your daughters. You also want it safe so some wild person can't just accuse your hardworking, honest son. But you want it fair that if your son is one of these fucking people, that he gets what's coming to him and he's not protected. You want it fair, right? You're not always the innocent victim here, right? You, but like, sometimes you may know the bad guy and you should not stand up. You should want it fair. But just like the justice system, you should want that fair. Like I said earlier about the four scenarios. I used to drop that scenarios on people in bars all the time, and their fucking heads would explode. Woo! Ah, man, I may bring back my pod and get a call in radio just to argue with people because some people really they have never been properly challenged. And here's the thing I learned: if you're my height, my weight, and you're friendly, I can challenge you because you don't want to. But some people don't want to be challenged and they get angry as to how dare you fucking challenge. All right, you're 9 feet tall. All right, you win. The first president was Abraham Lincoln. I'm sorry. I just don't need my ass kicked here. I'm just gonna leave. But most people aren't like that. Some people you can't argue with, you can't reason with. But most people are like, get out of here. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Look that shit up. Like we do on this show all the time. We look stuff up all the time. We must have did it this morning like 10 times. Me and who was in the chat this morning? Blondie. Me, Blondie, Let It Be. We were like looking at shit up and talking nonsense and playing the guitar because you know you try and make connections with people even through like this. You may go, oh, that guy's all right, or that guy's full of shit. I don't like him, right? You get a sense of me, um, and that's what we want. Because I'm going to tell you, this is what happens when you're not prepared. I have no rolled cigarettes, and I just told you it takes me forever to roll one. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, my urban slang. It takes. Should we? And we also asked, should we throw in a harmonica lesson in this thing? Excuse me. Also makes you burp. Gets all the excess air out of you. I really do think that we're a miserable country now. I think more music, more beer, and talking in parks, more, but like all the we should not even tolerate like the asshole, sexist, racist bullshit. It's a curse in America, and too many people are using it to get ahead. And we should end people who fuck around. Like this Kyle Rittenhouse guy, 19, killed 2 people and maimed 1. How you gonna explain it when you let him walk and go to college and then talk shit so he can run for office like those people who pull guns outside their house at the protest? Nobody was on your lawn, man. You pulled an AR-15 on people, and then you called them thugs. Now he's running for office, and he should be in jail, but the governor pardoned him for some. I mean, justice in America is always subverted by money and bullshit. And I can't wait till we get to the point where someone makes an app where they can't see your race or your financial status or your gender, and they go, X did this and hurt. Don't even give a woman and a woman of 40, a child of 7, and a male of 9, right? And just give those blanket kind of. Maybe you may give something. So and so was the ex girlfriend of. So oh, okay, they had. And she had moved on with male. So you don't get any names, you don't get any genders, you don't know where they're from, and you'll just hear that story and go, okay, that sounds like a stalker idiot. Why is he out? And then you find out that, this is, let's say Brad Pitt, right? And he's rich and he's saying, I'm sure it was a bad time for him. He just needed, his whole life shouldn't be ruined by this one man. And you get into that, and then the guy walks. Meanwhile, like the same scenario with somebody else, Mr. Shi Lin, and in the Asian community, it may be like, we don't get divorced, so he's trying a little harder to keep it. Oh, well, you're obviously a stalker 40 years. So it's this shit. Once you take people's gender and you can't see them, I think, because America is too goofy to do it correctly. I think the bad guys are fully in charge, and they're in Congress, and they're in courts, and they're in police forces. Yeah, they're in schools giving you shitty grades. They're on not election boards. They're on granting boards, not giving you this, that, the other thing, because nobody needs a woman doctor. Seriously, who'll be kidding, right? She's just gonna get married anyway. Give that to a guy, all this kind of nonsense that they always, you know what I'm saying? So the people who want, but like I said, the problem is also people get there and then they pull the ladder up so you can't rise up either. So I mean, the people that you like, you may put there, but you got to keep an eye on them, because you'll turn your back and they will have cut your throat, like Joe Biden did to black people. Don't even get me started. Don't get me started. I don't care if you like him. I know history. Don't you start. Fucking start. La 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 la. All right, here we go. My face. Look at my face. Look at my God of fat. All right, so I hate this face thing. At least in the old act with your finger, you could like put it on like, a weird finger or something. But with this, you can knock me out and then take a picture of my knocked out face and open up my. I mean, this has all your information, all your friends, or your family, or your texts, or your emails. It's your life in a pocket. If someone gets it, it's an issue for you. And people are really cavalier with their phones. They're leaving with random strangers. Watch my phone while I run to the bathroom. I'm like, if you take anything, leave your purse and your wallet. Take your phone, for God's sakes. People are so goofy. The bad thing won't ever happen to me. Yeah, it will. Trust me. So what were we doing? What were we supposed to be doing? Practicing guitar? We're talking politics. We're talking a lot of politics. So we have to practice precision because we don't have any. Although like we said, when we started this, we said we know the chords. We'll work on precision later, but we want to burn the chords into our brain. We were successful with that in like 8 courts in like I want to say 3 days, 3 4 days, probably like really one day. Because that one day we did like 5 hours that day of guitar playing. Um, and that wasn't like this one where we did like 3 strums and talked to you for 90 minutes. That session we did a ton of guitar playing. We talked and played and talked and talked and played and played and played and played and talked and played and played and played and then talked some more, then talked some more, and then played and played and played and played and played. Right. So, like I said, I mean, we're gonna have some of these moments where I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm exhausted. But we're also like, we can do the penta. You want to do the penta? I mean, the problem is internalize the metronome, right? We're always supposed to be moving whenever the metronome is on, so we can internalize it. Because I have metronome issues. All right, so let's do the penta. Position 3, third finger, second finger, third fret, fourth finger, fifth fret. Sorry, sometimes I'm just. All right, so it's. That's not right. Oh. This is not happening. We'll just edit this out in post. But all right, here we go. Let's try this again. Third finger, fifth fret. I was nowhere near any of those. 4, right? 4. Wow, they are blowing shit up. Then we hop back here to. Okay. I tell you, playing this thing standing up is way different than sitting down. All right, so third fret. Let's try this again. Third finger, second finger, fourth finger, second finger, fourth finger, second finger, fourth finger. First. I missed it. 4, 2, 5, 1, 2, 4. Yeah. You don't want to see this, but yeah, I think you may have to look at me do this horribly. But this is the way it works, right? We're gonna power through this. This is the one thing we're gonna do before we end this stream. And I think if we crunch it, it's 10 to 9. We can't do it before we end the stream. How about we do 2 of them before we end the stream? We can burn this into our brain in 20 minutes easily. The first 2 and the second 2 we can burn tomorrow while we review. This is how we're gonna do those chords. While we review the second 2 tomorrow, we'll reburn. Because I know one already. I know the fifth position, which is down here. Good Lord, they are blowing shit up outside. Sometimes I'm the saddest puppy. I'm sorry. Come on, am I gonna have to plug this fucking thing in? All right, I know the fifth position. Let's try that again. The fifth position is on 12, right? So it's this. But excuse me. But I usually do it up here. Yeah, feel free to hate on me. Here's the thing. It's once. So anyway, that's supposed to be down here. Gonna do this one more time. All right, let's do it. That's supposed to be down here. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm giggling at my ineptitude too hard. All right, hold on. Ah! Touched my whole palm. Anyway, I know the fifth, and we've been doing the fifth just for like. But like I said, I've been doing it up here because I sort of lost the thread of what we've been doing. So we can get this down. But the first one in the second, the third fret, second finger, fourth finger on the fifth fret goes, and the third fret is a root note, right? Root note. It's a root note right here. Third fret, top E, E string, F, F flat, G. Root note, right? So let's do it. Root note, third, fifth finger. Now remember, our fingers are, especially our pinky finger, is just not up to the job yet, right? Like I said, I'll say it to you now. I say it every show. Stick it on my tombstone. I appreciate you. We're not done. We have a box of mistakes. It may be 500, maybe 5,000. The way we're going through these mistakes, it's going to be empty by the end of the month. And then there are no more mistakes in the box to pull from, which means we are on target. Maybe we get another box with different mistakes for a different lesson. A different, not lesson, but a different 4 or 5 months or whatever we're trying to learn. But we're trying to learn a lot of stuff. We're trying to learn chords. We're trying to learn notes. We're trying to learn the difference between acoustics and guitars. We're going to try to learn songwriting. We're going to try to learn ear reading. We're going to try and learn by ear. Was it something by ear, right? We're also going to learn sight reading. So all these kind of goofy things we're going to learn, and no one thinks we're going to be able to do it. But in a year and a half, yeah, the fuck we are. Fucking shit. Yeah, we fucking are. You know what I'm saying? We are cocky and well-meaning, and that's a dangerous, like. So remember, let's run through this. We ran through all those chords last week and remembered all of them, and we're going to do this the same way. So I think this week, let's see. We're going to give ourselves a week to learn all the pentatonic. But you know what? If we do it like we did it last week, and these 2-hour sessions, we're going to know this shit cold by like Sunday. And mind you, excuse my language, but mind you, tomorrow I have to change it. I should change it now. I could change it. No, I'll change it when I'm off stream. Tomorrow, 7 a.m. I should change this. Let me close the shade. I have this one open, and it should be closed. And this one closed, which should be open because I can't see the fireworks. And as the sun slowly sets in the west. Yeah. So, we're not done. We're going to do this pentatonic, the two positions. We know one already. We'll learn the two positions. We're reviewing tomorrow, then we'll do the other two, and we already know one. So we'll be reviewing two. We know one by tomorrow, mind you. We'll be reviewing two. We know one, and we'll be learning two. So this is how we learned the cage system. We did C-A on Monday, then A-G on Tuesday, then G-E on Wednesday, and then E-D on Friday. Every day we reviewed what we did the day before. And we know it. I mean, granted, we are sloppy, but we fucking know it. And we're going to do the same thing with this because we're not stupid and we want this thing. And you know what? I hate to be ahead of myself, but I've already started writing songs. I don't have any melody. I'm just writing songs. I feel good about it. I know they're horrible, but doing this stuff is good for your soul, right? So who knows how many songs the Beatles wrote before you heard one that you liked, right? Could have been actually those dudes were fucking fairly prolific. I mean, they were writing songs constantly. They were perpetually writing songs, which I'm like that. That is wow. You know what I mean? Perpetually with your man, with your homie. And I don't feel like writing songs. I just want to go out and chase a girl or go to a movie or get a malted or whatever. All right, well, I'll see you later. I'm going to go home and write a song. And then he'd come back the next thing, hey, help me finish up the song that I started writing yesterday. And then I'm sure the other guy would be like, hey, you want to write a song? He's like, no, I've got this date with blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to go home and write a song. And then the next day he show up and, I mean, their songwriting, I think they learned a lot from it. I think George Harrison learned a lot from just watching how they write and construct songs. So, come on. We're you know what I'm saying? This is mm, this is your time. This is your moment. Don't Forrest Gump it. I love you, Jenny. Yeah, no, don't love Jenny. She's a hot mess. All right, so let's run through them. Slow AF. And again, we're supposed to be calling out the notes, but we sort of didn't do that. We sort of got sidetracked with Dougie Doug. We love Dougie Doug. And we haven't been doing the chords by notes either. So we are really going to have to step up our note game. So what we're going to do on this one, we're going to try and do for the next at least 20 minutes before we end this thing. We should end this thing at 9 so you can go and watch the late news or the Simpsons or whatever. But tomorrow I will write down the notes. So when we do this fully all week, we can do it with the notes because we have to internalize. Man, the fireworks! I love it. We have to internalize the notes. Should we just do this tomorrow? Because I sort of don't think we're gonna get a lot done with like all the fireworks and me drinking. But let's at least run through it once, right? To the metronome. All right. Third fret, second finger, fourth fret, fifth finger. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. Sorry. Then we slip down. See that? Boom. Fifth fret. We slip down. Second finger, fifth fret. Boing. Shift this whole mofo back a notch. And then we start the second position, which starts on the fifth fret, second finger. Fifth fret, second finger, and sixth fret, fourth finger. Man, that fifth, the finger fret thing is throwing me slightly. It leads right into this. I might do all of them since we're not going to do them tonight. Right? I'm all over the place. Let's try this again. One, ooh, up one, right? Down one. No, same one. Down one, up one, down one. So this is this, and this is this. So it's is it the third or the fourth? It's the third. Second one is a fourth. Right? Is the fourth. And then the bottom one is the third. So let's try those two again. Back to the third fret. All right, so here we go. Is that right? Yeah. And hit the back of the fret so it doesn't buzz like that. Come on, man. You want to stick on the metronome or no? You just want to see if you can do it. back of the fret, man. Right string. All right, that was horrible but close. Let's try that one more time. Let's do it. Third fret, one by onesies. Yeah. Up high, back, right, right. Next one is down, then low, then right, then here. Then we shift the whole thing back to 7th fret, which is 34. No, 2nd 4. Come on, you got it. 1 4, and then we move back. Hold it. Yeah, then we move back to 12. Did that work? That did work. We moved back. What are we moving back to? Oh my God! Did we move back too far? We did move back too far. What did we move back to? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. What did I fuck up? I fucked up. What did I fuck up? This is the 3rd fret. Boom, 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 boom. Right. That's the first. And then you move back to here. What is this? The 1st finger or the 2nd finger? I'm going to say the 2nd finger. 2, 3. That can't be right. 2, 4. Right. And then to 7. Right. Da 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 da. Wait, did I do that? No, I was 7 with my finger first. All right. Then I do this. Okay. And then I move to the 12th fret. Wait. Oh wait. Oh, okay. So this is here. So what am I doing? Right. So that stops here. Like I said, this is the last note. Boom, boom. How do I move to 12? Do I just take my 2nd finger and put it on 12? No, I would have to put my 4th finger on 12. All right. I'm glad I ran into a hiccup on the 4th fret, and I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna have to solve it online. But we'll do the first 2 that I know. No, I should be able to figure this shit out. What am I looking at here? This is the first system, right? And then it bleeds to stop. Just stop. Then it bleeds to this, right? Okay. And then I get here. That's the 2nd position. So this position have to be the first. So is this the 1st finger, which drops me to what? This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. All right, what am I looking at here? This is my 1st, right? 3rd, 5th, right? I run out this down. I end up on the 5th fret, 4th finger of the. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 5th fret. Yeah, 5th fret of the 4th finger. That's the 1st, and then I transition. I think I'm transitioning with my 2nd finger to the 4th fret. Do the whole thing. That does not end up in the same thing, 3rd fret, and then I come into the 3rd position. So at the 3rd position, do I transition with my 1st finger or my 2nd finger? My 1st finger. Are all these supposed to be my 1st finger? Like the first, while you start, it's still room for your 1st finger because you play the 2nd fret on 3 of the strings, right? Even as you start with your 3rd, then you move down here with your 2nd finger, and you play those with a 4th finger, right? And then you get down to the bottom, and then you move. I want to say your 4th finger, because that's the only thing that makes sense. But then that runs into problems. Does it run into problems? Fourth finger. Give me a break. Hold on. Am I in the? Hold it. Wait. Stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What am I doing? I think I'm reading the frets wrong. So this is right. This is right. This ends me here. Right. You come down. You start over. This puts me here. Right. Then you play down. Play down here. After the second, I'm really confused because now I'm on the third, and I don't know if I started with my third finger, which will give me right, which will give me. I think this is right. I think you start on your fourth finger. And then the transition to 12 would be what? There is no transition to 12. The transition that I dropped right here moves up to right where I left it on the second finger and ends up on 12. Oh! All right. All right. I think I I think I had a breakthrough. So this is what happens, right? Third fret, right? Fourth, right? But you're only starting with these. But as you play down, your first and fourth finger come into play in the second one. When you get down here, we're still bad at this. You sort of transition. I transition with my second finger, swing this thing back, right? So now you are exactly. You're. Wait a minute. I just pushed that. All right, hold on. Hold on. We're getting goofy. We know what we're doing. We just need a moment to let's do that and do that. We just need a moment. We just need a moment. We know what we're doing. We're a little we're a little agitated and excited. We just need a little I would take a little meaning time to roll a J, but I gotta tell you, between me and the wallpaper, it takes me forever to roll a J. And I will lose my heat and momentum. So that's pretty good. Whew, all right. That's pretty good. So it's second three, second three. The third transition is the fourth finger, and then that transition leads the it's four. I guess it's four. It's four. Then it's weird how they couple. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. Mind you, I might be wrong. Okay, so let's try it. Just to make sure we actually got it. Because I think we got it. Every now and then a light bulb goes off, and it's just a cool shit that you don't like. You're finding, man. Learning has always been fun, and it's embarrassing to learn something in front of people and get called, stupid and not smart enough to doing it and all this other stuff. But when you let that go and you just learn, you try and learn, and I'm sure there are bad people who will just tell you that you suck at whatever you do. Fuck those people. Because in a year, you're going to be a guitar player, right? Well, we already claimed the title musician. We're a little ahead of ourselves, jumped the gun a tad. But that's all right. We're musicians. So let's just try this. I should put this on my Twitter. I'm so uncoordinated. So I should have this tied to my Twitter, tied to my this, tied to my that, tied to the other thing. And I guess I'll get there, but I would really like to share this with you now. All right, excuse me. So, man, I wish I had another cigarette roll. Cha 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 cha. So remember, boys and girls, we absolutely about it. We're absolutely going to learn this thing. It's like nice little moments when you realize stuff without a teacher, like, oh my goodness, look at me. But there's a whole bunch of stuff that other people can teach you. You can learn that online. You have a friend who will teach you. Uh, I get all my equipment buying information from my man Smooth Panic. Um, he's been playing since boyhood, and he's sort of my unofficial kind of go to if I have a question about stuff. I asked him about amps today. Uh, it's nice energy. Musicians like who aren't assholes who are like, oh yeah, because they always want to help you. They're happy to tell you what they know about music. That's a nice thing. So that's what we want. But man, I gotta tell you, that whole thing we were like, we figured that out. I think we figured that out. We're ahead of ourselves. Did we figure that out? Let's check and see if we figured that out. Time to roll some more weird cigarettes. All right. So and I was doing it like this, remember? Don't do that because that hurts my back. If I do this, you know how many reverse crunches I'm gonna have to do, which I should do because I'm toting around a keg instead of a six pack. But still, I should stand up and do it for you to the metronome. And like we said, we should be moving. All right, we should slow the roll on the people looking at me dancing ridiculously. Do you need to even have this? Oh, there you go. See that? The world just fell over on us. Oh, good lord, strings. So, can we reset up? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Close enough? What do you guys think? Higher, 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 higher. Woo, a little higher than that, but it is what it is, right? We have to. So I took those posters that we opened up on the AM show, and I have them lying in my other room on the carpet with like a ton of books on them. And it's weird because one was folded like uh, with the front side like showing as if it was rolled under, and the other was folded with the back side showing as it was rolled over. So I don't even know what the. Anyway. So what we are tired and our fingers get all sore and wonky. We switched to the electric, but we just want to make sure that we can get this down because it is July 4th and you might want to go blow some fireworks and kiss your girlfriend or your boyfriend or chase your kids around and have some patriotic, goofy fun with the children, or call mom and dad. That's all good too. Uh, or sadly, not sadly, but or you may be one of you know an only child and have no nieces or nephews or brothers or sisters. Well, if you don't have brothers or sisters, you can't have nieces or nephews, can you? I would encourage you to not look at it as an obstacle. There's a ton of people who would love to hang out with you, kick it with you, build a life with you. You just have to get back out there, right? Or maybe you don't want anybody in your life. You want to be a lone leaf on the wind. That's your prerogative, and I wish you well with it. But I think most people, like we were talking about earlier in other shows this week, I really have to start keeping a list of what we talk about in these shows. That 5 days ago, so about a week ago, there was a report that came out that people have less friends than people had in 20 years ago. They have, if 25 years ago people said, how many friends do you have? Like the people who said they have one good friend was, let's say, 20. Now it's like 9. If you say you had 5 good friends and that was 25, now it's like 8. And they would say, oh, I have 30 friends. I saw that. I was like, first of all, who has 30 friends? But it's essentially it was meant to say that you have a rich social life, and people don't have social lives anymore. People aren't getting married. They're not having kids. If they get married, they're not staying married. They put all this love on their friends who, after one argument, may not be their friends anymore. It seems like a really safe way not to get hurt by anybody. Um, the Cowboys way. And I gotta tell you, um, men are generally men aren't getting married because the financial consequences are just too dire. For it really is. Um, so I don't know what to tell you. I think family's important. I'm not married, but I think family's important. Even though today I did not go to a family event, that's fine. But a lot of people don't even have that opportunity. You can't give up. We talked about suicide this morning, and I was like, I don't get it. And the point that I made was, I get some people are driven to it, like ideas getting people saying they have to do it themselves because that's human nature is like a weird kind of like fantastic menagerie of fuckery. But some people are just so dire and lonely that um, it gets in their head. And I think if they didn't fixate on it, they wouldn't do it, right? So I was saying earlier, we were talking about, you know, when I was a kid, we got a Commodore 64 that uh, introduced me and my little brother Ed to get my little brother. He's ginormous, but my little brother to gaming, right? And it's changed my life. I've been a gamer ever since, right? And it started with Palm, and it started with pestering my dad to get this little, console, and then we got an Atari, and then we sort of grew up a bit. And my brother did musical stuff and cultural stuff, and I ran out and did graffiti and stuff. And we didn't play as many video games as we used to. Now I play video games with other people, and my brother doesn't play as many video games. I don't think. But the idea that I've sort of slid off in another thing about me and my brother. But the idea of what we were talking about earlier this morning was the idea that you know the world changes, right? So, and I brought up this topic. If you were born in like let's say the 30s, uh, you had the planes and trains, and that was amazing. But if your parents were born like your grandparents were born like the 1900s, they'd be like, man, I remember horse and carriages and a blacksmith was on every corner. I mean, the world is totally different now. Just in that, so now you would have to be going if you're born in the 30s, right? You would be 80 or 90. You'd have to go. Wow. First of all, planes, which was a great thing, didn't have this many seats. It was nice. I'm sure you could like everyone dressed up and like ate fine meals on it. But now there's more of them. More people can fly. Only like you know, everyone else was taking Greyhounds. But now there's Wi-Fi and computers. Like I had to send mail, like, and it would get there in like 5 days, and someone would write me back. If they wrote me back immediately, it would take 10 days. Now it's a quick text message. All this amazing shit you might be a player in if you did not give up. You know what I mean? So, and in being a new player in this shit, in this new arena, you will meet new people. So maybe you will meet your new best friend if you don't have one, right? And you'll be simpatico. Oh, I didn't know you grew. Oh man, when I was a kid, I had a Commodore 64. Like, and you're like, I thought I had one of those, right? Oh, and then you'll meet him or her, and you'll hang out with them. Don't try to date everybody you meet, right? What you want to do is meet a bunch of friends, and then through those friends, they will introduce you to somebody, and that's the only way it works. Versus hitting on everybody you meet, you know and that's the way it works. You'll meet this guy and that guy as you try and become an engineer or a computer guy or a guitarist, or go back to school for law or baking or whatever the case may be. You'll meet more lawyers or more bakers or more this or more that. Maybe your teacher might take a liking to you. You hang out. Oh, I'm going to see my teacher do fucking stand up. Then you go up there. You go, yeah, he's my teacher. And then the person you're talking to may become your best friend. It's all these things. You have to get out there, but you cannot go, woe is me. What is the point? I'm gonna end it all. Because tomorrow, I'm telling you, I will. I use the thing about Andromeda, like the idea that we're putting stuff on Mars and everybody's going, yeah, whatever. It used to take 6 months to get from like uh, England to the New World, right? 6 months. Who's to say you just like? There's a lot of amateur astronomers and all this stuff. And the stupid example I used was like, who's to say you don't make like chocolate paste and you put it on a rock and you find out that the rocket you shot into the moon on a lark moved 15, 20, 100 times faster than like, or you mix it with the gasoline, right? Uh, and now it can go further. These wild, quirky things happen in inventions, right? It's not always I set out to do this and I did it. sometimes like I was trying to make a ham and cheese sandwich, and I noticed that this didn't stick to the the pan and the cheese, and now I made Teflon. So it's all this kind of like, but you got to get into the game. You really do. Don't I mean, and that's all of it. There's somebody out there for you, and I don't mean I don't mean romantically speaking, but like sometimes it's just good to like kick it with a homie you feel who feels like you, right? And give you real honest feedback. Don't blame anybody for it. Oh, it's the women or the blacks or the gays, the minorities, or fuck that guy. But maybe you're sitting there going, "Yo, man, I wonder, maybe," and he'll tell you, maybe you should ask her out. I was there when my homie met his wife, right? We were both sitting there, and she walked in, and I was like, "You should go talk to her." And that's the random goofiness. And he wasn't going to go out that night. That always sits with me, right? He didn't go out that night. He wasn't going to go out that night. And on a lark, he went out with me because I'm his homie. I was like, "Come on, man!" And he met the woman of his dreams. And that's the way it works. You have to have some semblance of hope in this thing. And I'm sitting here playing guitar on stream, as shitty as I am, on July 4th, because I used to do a lot of politic talking, and I know politics well, and I followed it my whole life since the John Kennedy, the Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan debate in like 1976, when I didn't know what was going on, but I watched it and I had a sense that one of them was better than the other of them, right? Because one looked like a boss who would fire you, and one looked like a cool teacher. Um, but it is what it is. Jimmy Carter is a great man. He just had his 75th wedding anniversary. So I would like to toast, I think it was yesterday, I would like to toast the Honorable Jimmy Carter, who, after his presidential career, he built untold numbers of houses for the poor. I mean, that's the kind of guy that you should raise a glass to. American born, God bless you, Jimmy Carter. God bless you, Madam Rosalind Carter. I appreciate you. Me, in my little space, in this hinterland, I appreciate you. And I wish you well. For all time, I will for all time wish you well. Because you are absolutely about it. You are absolutely about it. Nothing in generations to come. I know that Republicans spit on your reputation to get Reagan elected and all this sketchy stuff. But in generations to come, and all the stuff that your enemies done has come out in the open, and you were still, come on. No one is building houses for the public and then taking weird banker money. And they're like, he's just about it. And I'm glad that he got to succeed, because there is a thing that nice guys finish last. And Jimmy Carter, I mean, he went to the Naval Academy. Did he go to the Naval Academy, or did he go to West Point? He went to one of the service academies. I want to say he was in the Navy. He went to the Naval Academy, and he only left the Navy to take care of his father, who was passing away, and to take over the family business. Or he would have been a Jimmy Carter is a great man. He's a great man. God bless you, Mr. Carter. So yeah, know who your enemies are, yes, but know who your heroes are too, and know why they're heroic. Not everybody storms the Bastille. Not everybody storms the castle and the Bastille. Um, and does some people just work in quiet dedication to it, and some people like Jimmy Carter get to sit in the big chair and do good things. Didn't bomb a single soul in the country. Hated him for it. As soon as they got him out in 4 years, they started bombing everybody, taking money from everybody. Ugh. Jimmy Carter is absolutely the dean of this society, I think, and he should tell us who should not be allowed to run for office. I would take his word on it. I mean, he did not like uh, Clinton, and rightfully so. I mean, he did not like him. He did not like him. Um, he's just a man of honor. He really is. He really is a great man. All right, so we're going to do this pentatonic. We're going to do all 5 of them just to make sure our fingering is good. But tomorrow we're going to do the first one, The first we're gonna do the first one, and then Tuesday we're gonna do the second one and review the first one. That's how we did it. And then Wednesday we're gonna do the third one and review the first and second one. And no. We did two. We did CA, then AG. So we're gonna do 1, 2, and then 2, 3, and then 3, 4, and then 4, 5, because there's 5 positions. Right. So yeah, okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 4, 5. And Saturday we're gonna do all of them, and make sure that we know. With our watchword here is what? Dexterity. We got to get some finger dexterity. It's nice to know all this stuff in your head, but you got to be able to translate it to your fingers. And I don't know that. I know that, but our fingers are. Our mind can pick up this information, but to translate it so we have to will it to our fingers essentially, right? So dexterity, we got to get some dexterity going, and precision. We have to lay these fingers down. We have to stroke these strings when on time, right? We have to lay these things in the proper fret so it sounds like this and not like this. Hold it. You know what I mean? So we want nice, crisp versus, you know what I mean? Sort of lying on the fret. So we want to do this without perpetually looking at the guitar, which I think we need a lot of help with that, but that's fine. We're making progress. So that's the word for it. We want precision. We want dexterity. We want to have a little fun, talk a little shit, but we want to learn this stuff. I mean, we're not talking shit about being a guitarist and then not doing guitar shit. I'm talking shit about being a guitar, not doing it. But we're talking about music. We're learning music here. Do I tip this down to be able to see the whole guitar? Yeah, right. And the clock, which was not in frame. All right. So we're going to do all of them. Do I have to do them standing up? Do I have to do them on this guitar? I would not do them in a bar. I would not do them stand by hand. All right. So, wow, it's 9:30. Ooh, we've been streaming for 2 hours and 33 minutes. See, this is what happens when you. So if we did this at 4, we'd be done about right now. So let's. Ouch. Let's do it. We're just gonna run them through so you can see them. Let me look at the chart over here. 3rd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, right? Ugh. I just said. All right, so let's cut the metronome on just so we can get a. Good Lord. All right, I get it. Jesus Christmas. All right, so we're gonna try and get, like I said, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. So Monday will be 1 and 2, Tuesday will be 2 and 3, Wednesday will be 3 and 4, and Thursday will be 4. Monday will be 1 and 2, Tuesday will be 2 and 3, Wednesday will be 3 and 4, Thursday will be 4 and 5, and Friday 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5. And Friday, right. Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? So and Friday 5, which is one which is the one we know, which is why we keep not counting it in there because we know Friday. Like I said, we've been using it up here. Ugh. I think I've been drinking and I've been playing this, and now my fingers are suddenly tired. Right, so that's the 5th position, which is way down here. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, calm down. We got this. All right, hold on. All right, so yeah. Getting it way down here is amazing. I can't even reach over and grab the strings. All right, so yeah, that explains it, right? Because I learned it down here. I learned the whole thing. I forgot the other three a million years ago, but I remember this one. But I didn't do it down here because that's hard. So I just replaced it to have something to play on this guitar. Yeah, so anyway. So that explains why I know 5, but I thought it was 1 because I got used to playing it up here, when it should have been played down here. In actuality, this is 1. Ah, stop rattling the fret, man. The pinky finger's weak. Ah, this is the first one. Ah, one more time. This is the first one. Oh my God. All right, you know what? I'm about to launch this whole thing out a window. I think we have learned our lesson tonight. Is that amp off? That amp is off. People are looking at me be horrible. But I don't care because where's that amp? Good Lord, that was hard. Give me this thing one more time. This doesn't make any sense that I can't get this. We can just look at this and very slowly go through it sitting down, and it's this. Ugh. The hum rattle is making me crazy because I can't get my finger, like once I start moving, my pinky is always never where it needs to be. It's always in the short position versus here. It's always way up here, leaning against the fret that it shouldn't be. All right, so let's try it. With that in mind, let's try it. All of them. That's wrong too. It's this. It's 2 3 1 4 1 4 1 3 5 2 4 2 4 1 4 1 3. Everybody, just calm down. This is not that hard. All right. It's 2 4 1 4 1 4 2, and my finger keeps sliding off of 2 4 1 4 1 4 1 3 2 4 2 2 4 2 4 2. Are you fucking serious right now? All right. 2 4. That's actually right, even though it was bad. This pinky is making me all types of crazy. And then we shift here. Right. Right. And then this. My pinky is missing. Slide it up. And then we come here. And then this is where we ran into problems. We shift to here with our first finger. That's not right. We shift to here with our second finger, right? And then we shift again with our first finger. So then we sit back here. Man, all right. So we obviously worked out the fingering, which is good, but oh my God. All right. So what we're gonna do tomorrow is we're gonna absorb this. We're gonna knock this out. We're gonna get this. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna know. I'm gonna show you the what we're doing. I'm one more time just in case you miss it. We're gonna to just punch up. All right. This is what we're doing. We're knocking this out tomorrow. Let's get it right. Good Lord. All right, so let's see if I can get this right for you. Move this back a little bit. Move it back a little bit. Lord, Lord, Lord. All right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, review all. Trust me, we just did 2.5 hours on this today, mucking around. When we do 2.5 hour on 2 of these, and then the next day 2.5 hour with a small review, by the end of the week, you're gonna fucking know all of these. You really are gonna fucking know all of these. But again, our what's the word I'm looking for? Our dexterity and our precision are still going to be no bueno, not good because, but we're practicing every day, so we're internalizing a lot of the information, and man, they are firing fireworks. I gotta watch some of this. Y'all, what? I've been a little selfish. I want to thank all. We're gonna end this at the end of this clock. Are we gonna do that? Probably not. Maybe we're gonna end it in the next 15 minutes at exactly 10 p.m. Or so. Look, listen. Oh, we talked a little bit about politics. That's fine. We talked a little bit about race. That's fine. We talked about gender. That's fine. We talked about the economics. That's fine. We talked a little bit about Supreme Court and legal stuff. That's fine. We talked about American history with racism, and that's fine. Uh, can y'all hear that? All right, yeah. So that's where we're at now. Smoke them if you got them, pour them if you drink them, and we are journeyman guitarists. I'm a journeyman bluesman. I think as soon as I learn the blues, maybe I'll be a journeyman R&B guy. I don't know. Are any of them guys? Are any of those guys that journeyman? I guess somebody has to be, right. Sun is down. All I see is dark sky, but I hear a lot of noise. I don't see any actual rocketry. Remember, if you're in California, no fireworks for God's sakes, you savages. Can't that's California is why we can't have nice things. Um, are we gonna do another 15 minutes, or do we just want to end this now? Huh. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I sort of want to do this again for another 20 minutes, but I want you to go and have an evening. I mean, not everybody's wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. So good. Fireworks are awesome. So yeah, we're gonna turn this off. I am gonna try and internalize this thing. I'm gonna watch a few videos on it and see where I'm going wrong with my fingering. Cause by the time we're done, What route is this? I'll have to go back to the site where I got this. I mean, there's numbers on. I don't really care about that. I just want to make sure I can slide from one to the other. But man, when you get this down, I think in the giant pantheon of new guitar players, you take leaps if we get this down, and I think we can get this down, and I think we can get this down in a week, just like we got those 12 chords down in a week. Because when I was paying somebody for practices, uh, I don't remember getting a lot of chords. I got stuff that I didn't understand and handouts and Xeroxes, and I was just kind of like, I guess I get a folder for this shit. Now, now you have to find a way to learn that works for you. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to teach you his way, this is why I was bad in school. But I'm a smart person, but I was bad in school because I got a lot. Some people always get teachers that they really like. I had a lot of teachers who just did not get it or get me or know how to teach me. And I can't blame them for that because they were in the New York City public school system where you can't give, special attention I mean, you can't. And I get it. Plus, I was trying to learn this stuff, but some kids were just assholes, and their mothers did not raise them to be anything outside the house but an asshole. Uh, and I always tell you, like the black community is has a lot of drama to it, but the biggest problem in the black community is black people who just fucking feed on other black people, right? Knowing you won't go to the cops and you won't do this, so now we have this fucked system where you know idiots sort of push through in the town, and you can't go to the cops because you don't trust them, right? And they know this, so it's it is what it is. We have to work on ourselves, quite frankly, uh, before anybody does anything, because all this marching and we're going to get ahead stuff is bullshit if you don't even take on the enemies of your own stripe in your own tent. Now I'm not talking about the great national tent. Uh, so yeah, so we are guitarists and we're musicians, but we're gonna write music down the line. But we're not dummies. We know what the world looks like, right? What did Marvin Gaye say? What's going on? What's going on? There are far too mother, mother, mother. There are far too many of you crying. We've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. It's pretty good stuff. So we want to be in the same, not genre. What's the wrong word? We want to be in the same line of work. We want to be in the same spiritual ethos as like Marvin Gaye, right? A guy who made music that people were like, man, I like that song, right? And you can do this with anybody. Like you can do it with like a country music singer. I don't know too many. Kenny Rogers, I think he passed away. Uh, like somebody who makes songs that people feel. You can do it with the Ramones, right? Uh, what's that song? It's not by the Ramones. 2020, 24 hours ago. I want to be sedated. What band was that? Man, they used to play that every night at the bar at 2 a.m. when I was in college. And they also had a song to end the night, but I forget what that was. Want to be sedated. Ah, the Ramones. All right. It's good to be able to recall a song. 1978, baby. Key F major. The Ramones. Yeah, man. You gotta appreciate it. They just picked up and started a band. No skill or anything. You gotta respect it. You can do this thing that we are doing. Um, and who knows? Maybe you'll make just as much uh international accolades as they did and make just as much money. Some people are spending all their time in Juilliard, right? But you may stand right on the same dais as them getting the same award, right? You got there in different ways. I'm sure he wants to judge you to look down his nose, but you really can't because you're standing right next to him as you get this award. I used to tell my ex when she used to argue with me, uh, and she had her pedigree was ridiculous, and I would tell her, first of all, I'm for you while you're arguing with me. I'm for you. I'm your biggest fan. So don't be an asshole to me. And two, Why is my way wrong? I'm standing right next to you. We live together. I obviously took up my own path, and now here we are, right? What happened? You're not just because you went to all these fancy schools and places. Don't mean you're right. Don't mean your way is better. Especially since you're sitting right next to me here. Now she's sitting next to somebody else. But at the end of the day, I was right. I'm doing my own thing. Maybe it was an anomaly of life, right? But if it was, I was still there, hanging with you in your conversation, embarrassing your friends about how fucking hand-picked and spoon-fed bullshit they are from these fancy colleges. Never had a harsh day in their life. I'm supposed to take them seriously. I don't know, man. It is what it is. Do not tolerate knuckleheads, and a lot of knuckleheads have expensive suits and bullshit, and they're only what's the word I'm looking for? Their only saving grace to them is they're part of some golf club of other bullshit people who can reach out and fucking do dark shit to you, and they know generally the average person will just complain about it and go about their business, but every now and then somebody will come back for what you took from them. You know what I'm saying? So remember, know who you're dealing with. It's important. Uh, know have a philosophy for yourself. That's important. Um, and our philosophy is guitar because I'm telling you, if you do politics, you'll just have a excuse me. You'll just have like a fucking broken heart and a lot of I can't even say memories. A lot of opinions on shit that no one really cares about and opinions that can't really change anything, right? I mean, I know a lot about politics, but I'm in no position to change anything. Other than agita that I get, I decided to get something else. And you know what that something else is? Musical skill set, baby. And as ridiculous as I am, the way I run that shit when I'm interested in it, and I set my mind to it, and my mind is set on this thing. This is what I want. So yeah, we, you, I, us, all of us here can do this thing, and I think we are going to do this thing. Well, I can't speak for you. I know I'm going to do this thing. I would love to have. Wow, these fireworks are ginormous. I would love to have you on board. Woo! So that ice cube was done. So what are we gonna do? We are gonna practice. They're locking us in. We are gonna practice the pentatonic, all of them. We're gonna have it by Saturday. By next week, this time. No, well, it won't be this time. We will be doing 4 o'clocks next week. But by essentially this time, we may be on streaming, but yeah, we're gonna know it. We're gonna know it, and we're gonna adjust it so we know the fingering positions of it. It doesn't really have a because you can move them around anywhere. And we want to know. We have to revisit all the fret notes. So maybe this week will be learning the pentatonic, granted, and at night, but in the morning we'll review what we did the night before, obviously, which is why we were so good at learning all this stuff. But we'll also do the the notes of all the chords that we're learning, and I wanted to do the notes on the pentatonic, but like I said, they move around, so there's so maybe when we do the pentatonic and shift position one to like position five to position one, uh, you know what? We're just learning the pentatonic position. We won't do the notes because like I said, when we move it, we should know the fretboard anyway enough to move. Because I don't want to go learn the notes on section one and then we move it to section one. You should have those notes in your head. So we just know the fingering of section one, and we'll know the notes in that section anyway. And then we move it to another section. We'll still know the notes in that section. So it may take us a second to go, wait, what fingering are we on? So the more we go, wait, what fingering? Then the more we'll go, oh, okay. Down here, we're doing this. So yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. I think it has been quite a July 4th. Uh, I would like to thank all of you for sliding through. Let's wrap this up in the next, let's say, 3 minutes. So, uh, what do we know? Since we started this June 1st, and it's been a week, it's been a month and 3 days. We know the A chord, the C chord, the G chord, the E chord, the D chord. We know that power chord. We know the E minor chord, which is 9. We know that's 7. What did I say? I thought we knew 10. Where's the other 3 that we knew? We know. I thought. Ooh, we only know 7. We know 7. Wait, did I learn 3 more and not tell you what they were? Oh, so that's great. So we learned 7, and we're gonna learn the pentatonic tomorrow and 3 new chords, which is great. So that'll bring us up to 10. Um, by the end of the week, we should know 10 chords and the pentatonic and a lot of the. And we're gonna review. We're gonna review a lot of the fret note stuff that we wrote down. We may take a little longer to do the rest of these sheets because we really need to. We need. Look at that. See, we say a little S, G's, A sharp, G sharp, A flat. Wait, oh my goodness. D sharp, B flat, F sharp, G flat, C sharp, D flat. So once we no, man, we are making good progress. We should not be. Yeah, granted, if we did more politics for 3 hours, we'd be great. But that's not how the average person works, and nobody's trying to drive you. Like we're not trying to drive you like into the mines and do so much piano work, do so much guitar work that you hate the idea of music and the guitar. Like we don't want to be your hateful like piano teacher when you were 5 or whatever the case may be. We want you to pick up an instrument again, whether it's a guitar or you may have a piano in your house, maybe looking to get in tune, how much maybe you can tune yourself. Like the internet is an amazing thing. Um, yeah, start your musical journey any way you want. Start it with us, start it by yourself. We support you. I hope you support us. Remember, I wish you well as long as you wish other people well. If y'all here wishing hate on everybody, I'm not wishing you well. You can go kick rocks. But if you're trying to get there, I wish you well, and I hope other people can find you and support you in the journey. But again, there's enough negative knuckleheads in the world. We need to make more artsy fartsy guitar rocking music people because we all love music. We all play music. We all have our favorite songs, wedding songs, breakup songs. All right, guys. So I guess that I'm out of smokes. I'm out of drink. I think let's kill this. I just want to thank you. I will see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. After that, I will see you at 4. So from here on out, it's 7 a.m. shows and 4 p.m. shows. Um, I hope you join me. I hope you watch the. These are 3-hour shows, man. These are longer than your movies, right? But it is what it is. Maybe we'll get a little more information in all of it, or maybe they'll always be 3 hours and just lay back and kicking it. Um, we'll see. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. We're trying to learn guitar in a good and laid back environment and do it in a way that we actually learn it. And I think we're doing that. Um, remember, God is love, right? He invented you. He made you, right? So you are all that great stuff that God put in you. And if you don't believe in God, then there is the cosmos, and you are stuff of the stars. You are stardust incarnate walking around. How fucking baller ass awesome is that? So either way, as I see it, you are an extraordinary being, whether God made you or whether the cosmos put you together. You are an extraordinary being. So you add that with music and your worldview, I think people want to hear it. But you can't not care about you. And in not caring about you, not care about everybody else. And expect to be decent with music or socially anything, quite frankly. We're a social animal, and we should be a little more social. And socializing is conversation. I think we're good at that. And a little music, I think we can be good at that. And not having sharp elbows, just kind of letting some stuff go, because there's always going to be a little. And so if all the men are trying to like downplay the tension, better, you know. Uh, I mean, you're still going to do what you're going to do if the bad guy shows up. Nobody's telling you not to. But the bad guy's not always a threat, so you can kind of relax and play an instrument. I mean, it's you know, people aren't getting married, people aren't having kids, people aren't. It's a sad state, but maybe some of that can be shifted or changed by your music, and it'll likely take a year and a half for you to get there. So yeah, I'm doing 1,000 days, but we're doing a year and a half in 3 month intervals for everybody else. But like I said, this thing has been running for 16 days, uh, AM sessions, PM sessions, but I've been doing this since the 1st of January, the 1st of June rather, excuse me, and I will be doing it for 1,000 days. I'm doing it with you for 15 months, a year and a half about, uh, but 1,000 days is 2.5 years, 2 years, 7 months, 3 weeks, and that's what I'm doing. Uh, we'll see how it works out, baby, baby. Maybe you will see me busking in your neighborhood, singing your favorite song. I've been listening to a lot of guitar based music like 50 Ways to Leave Your Love with that guitar opening. Let's play a little bit of it. Where can I find it? La 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 la. All right, hold on. Where is it? There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. And I've been trying to do, they say you're a little much for me. And I've been trying to do sort of singing Dido's There Will Be No White Flags Above My Door. Those lyrics in that song and her delivery are fucking beautiful. It's so I don't even know what to say. It's maybe we should do a show on like great like ballads. Her White Flag by Dido is an amazing song. Uh and it's a power ballad too, but it's just a slow love song. It's this idea that um it's sort of like Hit the Road Jack, not Hit the Road Jack though. What's the woman by Gloria Gaynor? I Will Survive. It's like it's just an unapologetic. What are these cops doing in this yard? There's just this unapologetic love song. Yeah, see, this is why I don't go out after dark because the cops are showing up. Oh my God. What are they doing back up? I don't know what they're looking for. They came too fast, so they weren't looking for something. They weren't showing up slow. Oh, you know what they might be doing? They had the lights on and everything. Now they cut the lights off and they're leaving. I don't understand cop energy in the modern era. So if I'm looking for something, I'm not speeding through so I can blow right past it, and I'm not going with my lights on either because that alerts the bad guy. So the lights are out. My slide is slow. I don't know. There will be no white flags above my door. I'm in love and always will be. And when we meet, yep. So yeah, man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. We will be back here tomorrow. That's what I'm going to say. We'll be back here tomorrow at 7 a.m. Get some. I'm your homie. And then after that, we will be back here tomorrow night at 4 tomorrow night. No, tomorrow afternoon. The night shows at 7 are discontinued for the foreseeable future. We're back to the original 4 p.m. show. So, 4 p.m., we're going to start these pentatonics. We're going to knock them straight out the box. After that, we're going to do that for about maybe an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3, maybe 3.5 hours, maybe 4. Who knows? But after that, I will likely either do a political podcast because I'm chomping at the bit to get back into politics, even though I was supposed to give that up to do this. Or maybe, God dang it, maybe I should give that up because man, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? God, who knows? My priority here is music. But I'm good at politics. I see things very clearly. But like I said, I can't do anything, and it hurts my chest. It really does. I don't see why it's still a hot shit show. Especially after a pandemic, everybody should be angry, but they managed to still keep these weird divisions in America so people can, yeah, no, don't even get me started. All right, so we're gonna do that, and that we're gonna be doing those things, the pentatonic and learning the chord. I'm gonna write some down now when I'll get offline with you, so I'll have like a sort of a cheat sheet for tomorrow at 7 a.m. The notes and the chords and the positions, but we're also gonna work at remembering the notes of the chords we know. All CEC for the C note, A. Uh-oh, here we go. Yeah, CEC for the C note, EAC sharp for the A major, E, G, and B, all up and down the fret. We have to find all those. And we should have known it, but we sort of got off track. So now I don't know if we should do that. God damn it, I'm all upside down. Once I get off one lesson, and it's not really even a lesson plan, I'm a hot mess. So, all right, we're not gonna keep you. We're gonna thank you gratefully. Ask that you show up whenever you can. Come hang out with us. We will be here at 7 a.m. tomorrow learning the guitar, and 4 tomorrow afternoon learning the guitar. We'll change it on Twitter immediately after this broadcast. And we're not fucking around. We're gonna get this. I mean, music is ours for the taking. It is your birthright as a human being. Like the one thing you get every day is music. Someone else's music, maybe your music would be just as interesting, right? But someone else's music, whether it's in the car, it's a radio jingle, or it's a TV commercial, or it's just somebody's whistling some random song or whatever. Yeah, you can do this thing. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'm True S Armor on YouTube, and I'm Karma Arma on Twitch. And here on Haps, I am, which I'm restreaming you from, I am True Armor. I want to thank you for hanging out with me, especially at the beginning of the show when I was so kind of groggy and tired, and I just had that giant hamburger. And at least we know it takes about 40 minutes to work up a hamburger on stream. I got some love for you, homie and homette. And I wish well for you, like I said, unless you don't wish well for somebody else. And then I don't wish you well because nobody wants to wish a murderer well or a dire, dark, and insidious person. What we are fucking musicians. We want goodness for everybody, but again, if you fuck around, like as we used to say in Brooklyn, fuck around and lie around, right, you will get knocked out. So please, 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 please know that you may be the answer to all the problems that we have, but you have to sort of get clarity for yourself to help the rest of us. I'm trying to get clarity, side up for politics and into music, and telling you that we need more musicians. So maybe you'll be a musical senator or a musical, business owner or a musical auto racer or whatever you decide to be. But I think a little music will make you better. Like I always say, you can teach to your kids, which will totally change their lives forever, right? So yeah, come on. I mean, there's some harsh stuff going on, but we can move around it and not have it be a barrier to us. And as our little, what are we calling it? Our little guild of guitar enthusiasts, young and old, but yeah, guitar enthusiasts, as well as we're learning music, so it's not only just guitar. We've been looking at some music on piano and flute with my harmonica and harmonica. So it is all. I think I'm gonna run out tomorrow and buy that orange amp. I love you in the sense. Okay. Before we end this, there are 5 types of love. I tell people I love them all the time. They don't get it. There are 5 types of love. Don't be so caught up with banging everything. Right? There's the way you love your homies, your homeboys, your homegirls. The way you love your parents. There's the way you love your romantic lover. There's the way you feel about objects and things. Right? I like my car. I love my car. So look them up. There's like 5 versions of it. Um, I do. I feel that you are important to the world, and I am a fan of yours. My love for you is real, but it's not as deep as romantic movies tell you. It's more. Good Lord, these people are going cocoa cuckoo puff bananas. Uh, so yeah, have some love for yourself. Have some love for your fellow man. There's a variety of them, and it's fine to love some things. I used to love comic books. Don't let people tell you that it's not fine to love some inanimate things. They bring you joy, but they should never be more. They should never be the primary love of your life, right? So I love things more than I love people. No, 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 no. Like you should love your family and your wife and your kids and blah, 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 blah. The love of people should be your primary. And love of people have categories, right? Like I said, your mom versus your lover versus your homies, right? Those are 3 very different things. If your homie says something against your mom, then that breaks that friendship, right? And sometimes if your lover says something against your mother, that breaks that mother son or lover son friendship or whatever the case may be. So just know these things. I mean, they're not they're they're integral to like the human experience. You should know them. And when you know them, when you write these songs, they will better. Uh, what's the word I'm looking? They will better tell uh, tell the story of what you're doing. There's a word for this, but I'm missing it. And they'll better not lean on, but I mean anyway. So look, guys, it is 10:15. We have been streaming for 3 hours and about 15 minutes, 3:13, quite frankly. I got loves for you, homie. I wish you a good remainder of the weekend. We've got 69 people watching us. 69, awesome. I wish you well. Uh, if you're lonely, you can meet people. Don't be lonely. I mean, I'm alone, but I'm never lonely. Like I said, I do a lot of stuff here. I'm gonna have to freaking cut this stupid thing off. Um, and that is it. I will see you at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. We do not miss these things in the morning or the night. And we don't have a long run, but 16 days is pretty good. And we'll say that, and then we'll look up one day and it'll be 160 days, right? And then 1,000 days. So come on. You are valuable. You are intelligent. You are worthy. I'm glad. I'm glad that you showed up on my pod, and I hope that you return. Please, 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 please. Ooh. So a little doo-wop for you. Like and subscribe. So yes, all music is great. You have a lot of it in your head. It'd be amazing to get it out through your fingers, wouldn't it? And then write your own shit. Well, I'm thinking of doo-wop because my dad introduced me to doo-wop as a boy, right? It's good stuff. What did people introduce you to as a kid? Man, come on. How can you not want to be part of this experience? It's going to be awesome. Like and subscribe. I'm Truist Armor on YouTube, Karma Armor on Twitter. Not Twitter. Oh, well, I'm Karma Armor on Twitter too. On Twitch, and I'm True Armor here. And I will see you in the next one. So, peace out.